Yes, we are now live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Black Spinner Music Podcast. On today's episode, we are going to be doing our top 10 plus five honorable mentions of our favorite albums from 1978. Today, we've got a full panel. Today, um, we have on our panel for the first time on Black Spinner Circle, Nate Atchison, and he's host of the Plug podcast, and he's also a DJ at that metal station. How's everything going, Nate? You doing okay?
Yeah, it's going great. Thanks for having me on. Honored to be here. I had a good time with you and Al the other day on Mark and Jerry BS session, so I'm looking forward to this.
All right, great. Well, thanks so much for saying yes, because this is an honor to have you on our show.
Oh, I appreciate that. Not at all.
And also today we have Jerry Soupy from the BS Sessions with Mark and Jerry. And he's also my co-host on the Gridiron Smackdown, the NFL podcast we do on Tuesdays. I really appreciate that because we really have a good time on there. And also we have Mark Alden Taylor. He is also for the BS Sessions from Mark and Jerry. And he's also a DJ on that metal station. You can catch him on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central. And also, he's also on the Freeform podcast, a really good show that he does.
How does he have time to drink?
I don't know, man. It's called time management, man. I figure it out.
And we also have Al Horta, our resident guest. Al Horta from the Be Cool or Be Podcast Out podcast. He's got a lot of great live shows on his YouTube channel. I swear, I think it was shot by Steven Spielberg himself, but he does a really good. He does a really good.
How do you hold that up the whole show, dude? I have trouble doing it for one song. My arm starts hurting, but I got shoulder problems.
I use a mini tripod.
Why didn't you tell me that? I asked you, how do you do that?
He's told us many a times. It's got a little mini.
Brain surgery, man.
Fuck. And then,
are we missing Charles?
Yeah, he couldn't make it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I spoke to him yesterday about it. And he said he was going to go ahead and skip tonight, but we'll talk to him tomorrow on the BS Sessions with Mark and Jerry when we do our top 11 heavy metal hard rock videos. That should be fun as well. So if y'all enjoy this, join us on that podcast tomorrow night. So without further ado, what we're going to be doing today, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, we're going to be doing our top 10 albums of 1978. 1978 was a fantastic year in music, right before the new decade started of 1980. There was a lot of different mixture of rock. Rock started to have a bigger umbrella here in the late 70s. There was also a lot of interesting pop albums, and also country was creeping into the pop charts at that time as well. So let's get started. Let's find out what everybody else chose in their top 10. Let's see. We're going to talk about 75 different albums tonight or less. Let's see how many of us match. So we'll go Nate, Jerry, Mark, Al, and then myself, and then we'll just keep on going till we get to number one. How are you going to start tonight, Nate? With what album?
Well, this was a last-minute addition because I didn't read the rules until about 10 minutes before we started.
Yes, no live, studio only.
And then you gave me a heart attack because you were like saying none of this band. I'm like, I'm out. I got nothing. And no, not all of these are in there. But I think this 1978 Peter Criss solo record is completely underrated. It's got a lot of great stuff. When I was younger, I hated it, but it has moved up on my list. I think it's absolutely stellar. Tossing and Turning is great. Kiss the Girl Goodbye, Hooked on Rock and Roll has been a favorite of mine for a long, long time. I think it's a great album, great effort. It also showed you what Peter Criss's solo albums, what garbage they were going to be when he left the band.
Second best of the solo albums, in my opinion.
Huh. Ooh.
Oh wow, nice.
Oh wow.
Best singer in the group as well.
True story.
It's funny how everybody says, when they were younger and I came out, they fucking hated it, but now we're older and we like more mellow music.
When do you see my number 9?
I still hate him. I like 2 songs he sings. That's it. I like Ace and then Peter. No, Ace and then fucking Paul and then Gene.
I really did like that Gene solo. I like that one.
I'll give Peter a lot of credit though, man. At least he had the balls to do like something that was out of the Kiss box. So, you know, I give him a lot of credit, man. Even though like he got slammed for it, but I mean, he was showing his influences. His influences R&B and all that stuff. Yeah. So, you know,
absolutely. And you know what, Andy, I didn't mean to cut you off, Al. Andy, the Gene Simmons solo used to be my favorite. It couldn't be touched, but it's now the bottom of the list for me. It's really out of the 4. It's my least favorite.
Mine too.
That's the one that I listen to the most. Is that one?
I got all 4 for like $1 each at a thrift store unopened. I still haven't listened to them. I listened to the Ace one. The other 3 I haven't even listened to. I don't think I care for it, but
Jerry, what's your number 10?
My number 10, probably arguably one of their best albums, in my opinion. Can't Tune a Candy, Can't Tune a Fish. What a great record this is, man. Gary Richrath, man, one of the most underrated freaking guitar players in the history of rock and roll. I mean, look at these tunes. Roll with the Changes, Unidentified Flying Tuna Trot, fucking Time for Me to Fly. I mean, this album's just full of great tunes. This was a game changer for them, I think, because they were getting into the almost like the high infidelity era, you know, the money making songs, you know, the power ballads. But yeah, this is probably my favorite REO album.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was spinning that one this past week too.
I've actually never heard that one, although I heard that one hit off of it. I love the debut album, and our buddy Dr. Fuck, Ralph Vieira, turned me on to the live record. And I think that's a great record. Bar that, all I had ever heard was the 80s stuff.
I don't like the first one. I love the second one because Kevin Cronin is on there. The third one I didn't like. I didn't like Riding the Storm Out either.
Wow.
Until I heard Kevin Cronin, because he was kicked out during the recording sessions of that album. And I have his original version of Riding the Storm Out that they released, and I like that way better. And I remember I bought that tape as a kid. Let's see, because I got REO2 first, and I got Riding the Storm Out because I've seen them live and heard them sing that song so many times. And I got Riding the Storm Out. I get it. I go, who the fuck is this fucker singing on his headache, Kevin? I was devastated. But
no, definitely one of the most underrated guitar players in rock history, man, was Gary Richrath, man.
Oh yeah, Gary rules, dude.
Yeah,
remember when I first saw them on that Earth, the Small Man, a Dog, and His Chicken album? And they had that new guitar player in there. And I go, this guy's playing the leads way too fast. Gary does it slower. What the fuck is this guy doing? And then eventually, after I kept seeing him, I love him now. But first time I was like judging him. You suck, dude. Gary wouldn't play it like that. But my number 10, you fucking asshole. It's the same album. Fuck, dude. This is a great fucking album, dude.
That was great to be in the first couple ones, man.
Look at the humor. You could tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. There's a tuning fork inside the fish's mouth. That's fucking a great album cover going with the title. I love this album. There's not much more I could say. You named all the great songs off of it.
Yeah, man, that is one of the best album titles as well. That's so cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've always loved that album title. What's your next one?
Well, my number 10, I'm going to go with The Police's debut, Atlantis the Moor. Love that album. Love The Police. Obviously, I got a shirt on. This is my favorite Police album, though, Ghost in the Machine. But Atlantis the Moor, 78. You know, of course, it's got Roxanne on it. You know, So Lonely, Can't Stand Losing You. It's got a lot of great songs. Great debut. One of the great debuts of that year. So that's my number 10.
Knew you were picking that.
No.
They were like at that time. They still had like kind of that punkish attitude in that album, but you know, combined with the reggae and all that stuff. I mean, they came out of the gate swinging, man. So
They played at the Roxy on that tour. Like they debuted at the Roxy in LA next to the Rainbow.
they probably played at CBGB's too. I'm thinking here on the East
Yeah.
Coast.
Yeah, but I heard the stories about them just kicking ass at the Roxy, dude. And I was like, whoa. On the first album,
That's the first show in America they played. Was that there?
I'm not sure, but I know that show was like triumphant for them. Bill and Ted reference. There you go. Most triumphant. That's what I heard. We can look it up later.
And a lot of Police albums really have some really good deep tracks on there. They did have a lot of hits off each album, but man, they really have some deep tracks. We did a top 11 tracks by the Police on the BS section. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta cut in here, man, and say that I don't know, some of these garbled, like
Yeah, I hear that too. I hear
Yeah,
that too.
I hear that too.
I don't know who it is.
I hear it too. I hope it's not me. I can mute my mic and
All right, let's see everybody's hands. Are they doing something they shouldn't be doing?
No,
No, I'm just sitting.
no,
Let me.
no.
Can I mute my mic on here? No. I don't think it's me.
We had this problem once before when we were doing another show, and
There it goes. It's gone.
It's gone.
It was Mark.
Okay, whatever. I always get the blame. Even at work today, I got the blame for something I didn't do. But they were joking. They fuck with me everywhere. That's
It's
why I
your
got to
fault.
fucking. That's why I
live
fuck
with
with
it.
everybody else.
So my number 10, I'm going to start off with Billy Joel's 52nd Street.
Great album.
This is a really great album by them, by him. I saw him, like I said, last month. He was fantastic. This has Big Shot, Honesty on it. The big hit, My Life, which was also, if y'all remember that show, Bosom Buddies.
Yeah.
with
Tom Hanks and Peter
That was
Scolari.
also the
Yeah.
theme
Donna
song.
Dixon, dude. Donna
Dixon.
fucking Dixon.
Yeah.
Fucking blonde, fucking nice. Okay.
Wasn't Dan
calm
Aykroyd
down.
married-
Calm
wasn't
down. We
Dan-
got to be respectful of the ladies here, Mr.
That's what I
Mark.
said. At nice. I'm done.
Wasn't Dan Aykroyd married to her?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, he
still
got
is.
married to Spies Like Us, right?
Yeah. I think they're still married.
Are they
Yeah, they
still
are.
married? Oh,
They are.
Yeah.
good for them.
They've been married for a long time.
The gorgeous women go for the funny men. So we
Yeah,
all
actually-
got. Well, I already got a gorgeous woman, but
Yeah, speaking
You
of
got a
Billy
gorgeous
Joel, I
woman
think me
too.
and my wife are going
Ow.
to go see the Billy Joel Stevie Nicks tour actually next year. Kind of looking forward to that. We'll probably get
Oh
that.
man,
I wanted-
Billy Joel's awesome live.
I wanted to ask my wife if she wanted to see that, but she hates fucking Stevie Nicks. She likes a couple songs, but her voice just kills her for some reason.
Oh, I love her.
It's like Geddy Lee with fucking meat there.
Ugh, that guy.
All right, Nate, what's your number 9?
This is going to mess up people like Mark that have, this known me for a long time, because it's very atypical for the type of music I listen to. I discovered this band in, probably the early 90s, and I had to go deep dive them. Jazz Fusion, Spyro Gyra, man.
Well, they're a good band. I've heard them. I have no
I
problem.
know him.
I love these guys. Shaker Song and Opus Dopus. Right there, that's enough. That's all you really need. But I really love Letitia. I love Need. Pygmy Funk. They're a great band. It's not straight up jazz, and it's not that fast jazz where they're doing all these weird things. It's really good stuff. If you've never listened to Spyro Gyra and you're interested in jazz, I think this is the best way to go.
And if I were to do hey Lee, let's do Spyro Gyra on Freeform, he'd be like, yes. Sorry, Lee, it's a rock show. Just to fuck with him. Anyway.
I've always
You're
Andy.
muted, Andy.
It's you, Andy. You're the one squeaking.
maybe Andy should go out. Maybe Andy should go out and come back in. Can you do that?
tried that the last time.
There you are.
There you are.
No, but what I was trying to say was that that band Spyro Gyro, I see their albums, but I never know who they are or what they play. But now that I know, maybe I'll look more into them.
Yeah, they're a good jazz fusion band. They got some funk elements in there. They're a lot of fun to listen to. Instrumental band. What jazz band isn't?
Right, exactly. All right. So, Jerry, what's your next one?
Actually, this is probably my favorite album by this guy, man. Bob Seger, Stranger.
That's a good one. I almost picked that.
I mean, this is like chock full of hits, man. Hollywood Nights, still the same, old time rock and roll. We Got Tonight. I mean, fucking, this is just a legendary record, man, by one of the greatest songwriters in history, in my opinion. Never saw him live. Always want to. I think he's retired now. If I
Yeah,
remember
he's
right.
done. He's done.
But what a great fucking band he had behind him the whole time. So this is my number 9, man. Stranger in Town.
I figured everybody would be on that, so I left that in my record wall.
Well, I didn't pick it because I didn't think Jerry would pick REO Speedwagon. That was a curveball to me. But I know the next one I have, Jerry had to have picked it. But I didn't think he'd pick REO Speedwagon. That was cool, Jerry. I enjoyed that.
It's a
pick.
great album. Great album.
Oh yeah, that Stranger in Town.
Chug.
Best
was a
blue
weak
collar,
sip.
one of the best blue collar rock and roll singers out there.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
says Springsteen. You're wrong. It's Seger.
Springsteen is great in concert.
But take your word for it.
Yeah, I saw him on the Tunnel of Love tour. Front
I've
row,
been to once
backstage,
before.
open stage, right behind Max Weinberg. Fucking Bruce fucking owned that fucking crowd. He owned it. Just saying,
Owned
that's
it?
one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Nice.
Hey, Mark, what's your number 9?
I got a beer now. Okay. I just dropped it. Jerry's gonna pick this one later, probably. Styx, Pieces of 8. Great
one.
White Hope, Pieces of 8, fucking Queen of Spades. I got this fucking album rules. What other songs are on here, Jerry?
Renegade, Blue Collar Man.
There you go. This fucking album rules, right?
I have
Pieces
like
of Eight.
3 vinyl copies of that. Again, I knew somebody would grab that, so I didn't pick that one.
I had to because if I didn't say Styx, I'm a poser. I love Styx.
The fucking instrumental, Tommy Shaw's instrumental at the end of that album, fucking is rules, man.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
Aku.
Aku, man, fucking just
Yeah.
a great sounding instrumental.
It is.
Hey, Al, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You
Okay.
can't see
Black
me?
Square.
You got Black Square.
All right, hold on. Okay,
There you are.
sorry about that.
What's your number 9?
Ramones, Road to Ruin, their 4th album. It's got their quote unquote hit, I Want to Be Sedated.
Well, that's already their 4th in 78. Damn.
Yeah, that's already their 4th. I mean, 76 was their debut. I think
Great
76
album.
I think they had like 2 albums in 77, and 78 was this one. And I think this year they did. I think this was the year they did Rock and Roll High School too, like that towards the end of the year, or maybe early 79.
Rock All Over You podcast. They just did a review on this with Dr. Fuck, so check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was very common for bands in the 70s to do 2 albums like in a year or a little bit more than a year together.
Yeah, that's true.
and Ramones albums, man. I mean, like each album was like maybe 29 minutes. I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty. They had like 20 songs on each album or
Oh,
something.
I was
I
going to
know.
say, well, they have like 40 songs on a 29-minute album.
I want to do a review of a Ramones album, but Lee wants to bitch slap me every time I tell him that.
Oh, really?
So,
Come on.
Yeah, he hates the Ramones, man.
I love the Ramones, man. I mean, everyone.
I do too.
I mean, this top 10 are like, dude, it's so many great albums that came out in 78. I mean,
Oh
top
yeah,
shelf. I
it's
mean,
hard.
even my honorable mentions, I didn't have enough room to put like everything, So, but I love the Ramones, dude. I had to put them in there, and this is a great album. They were really hitting their stride by this time, and really putting out like good shit. So yeah. I mean, I gotta have that, man. They're to me, they're the epitome of like they're the kings of punk rock. But I mean, to me, they were just a great band, dude. That just touched more on like punk. They brought that 60s sensibility into like punk rock. With the girl groups. I mean, Joey Ramone's was such a fan of like those girl groups. of and they brought all that into the mix. So I thought they were cool. So
Yeah, without the Ramones, you wouldn't have the Sex Pistols or the Clash.
exactly.
America started punk. Fuck you, England. You
America.
didn't start shit.
Yeah, and the thing about the Ramones, they really had that nice 1-2-3 punch, but they also had a really good pop sensibilities to their lyrics and their and the way that they sang them was great. You know, my number 9 coming out of England. It's going to be "Some Girls" by.
It's a great album. I love it. I have it on CD, but I didn't pick it. Oh, I picked it somewhere else.
At this time, there were kind of, with the Black and with the Black and Blue album, and there were a couple of albums that are kind of, in the middle of the road.
Black and Blue is great.
Really is great from top to bottom. It starts off with "Miss You." It's got "When the Whip Comes Down." It's got "Shattered," "Beast of Burden," "Before They Make Me Run," and there are a lot of good rockers on here, and it had that Rolling Stone signature sound that we love so much on here. So "Some Girls" was my number 9.
Let me tell you something, dude. I hate fucking disco. That's a fucking disco album. I fucking love that album. And I like Kiss Dynasty also. So I can't stand ABBA. I can't stand Casey and the Sunshine Band. But I'll fucking listen to Rolling Stones and fucking Kiss Dynasty fucking forever.
How can you hate Casey and the Sunshine Band? Seriously, dude?
Fuck you, dude. Casey and the Sunshine Band.
How can you hate Casey and the Sunshine
Let's get down tonight. Let's get down. It sounds like they're in the Blue Oyster and fucking Police Academy. Come on, man.
But did they not look like they were having a good time?
I don't care.
I mean, not the 2 cadets that went in there, but the rest of the guys were having a blast.
Dun, 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 dun. The music they put in the Police Academy when he's walking.
They always bring it up there in every single episode. Bushy, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is also kind of out of left field for people that know me, but I love this band. I mean, none of their huge hits are on this album, but I think it's a great start. It's very funky. Man, Wild Cherry. I love music. Good stuff. Always been a fan of them.
That's fucking Donnie Iris, ain't it, man? Wasn't he in that band?
I like Donnie Iris.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not familiar with all the members of the band because they're not like a favorite of mine or anything, but I thought this was just such a good album.
Oh, dude, that shit was hot.
And nobody ever talks about this record. What a great album cover. I mean, that's pretty risque for 78.
You guys want to do a review of it on Freeform? I bet Lee would love that.
No, I'm sure. I'm not trying to piss Lee off.
Come on, man. You should hear the album I have to review this week.
That's what you get. He's your co-host, not mine.
Well, Charles Trainer is going to be on it, so enjoy.
Enjoy.
And Jerry, what's your number 8 on this one?
Again, another game. Mine aren't really any surprises, but this fucking album rules, man. The Cars debut,
Perfect.
I mean, My Best Friend's Girl, Let the Good Times Roll, and of course, Moving in Stereo from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Everybody remembers that scene. Yeah, this was a great debut, and it's ended up being a really great band, man. Lasted, it's had some great records. Yeah, I mean, that's my number 8.
I got to see them on a reunion, man, which was I'm glad I did, when they did a reunion when they got back with Rick Ocasek and they played a show here in New York as a 4-piece. And obviously Benjamin Orr wasn't around anymore, but Greg Hawkes kind of played his bass lines on his keyboard, and then he played like some bass too. So it was kind of cool. They didn't replace him with anybody. They just played as a 4-piece.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
And Rick sang like his songs too. So it was cool, man. Really, I mean, they were one of the first bands is like when I was a kid that I really like latched onto, like a rock band, and that debut album was just fucking perfect, dude. So
what a great voice Benjamin Orr had, man. That guy had
Unbelievable.
Underrated voice.
Dude, the Cars rule. I didn't pick it because I knew one of you guys would pick it.
Same. That was
Yeah.
one of those I put back in my vinyl rack.
I knew one of you
No.
guys would pick that album. I wanted to pick different albums. I was
Dude,
surprised
y'all just
Jerry
picked the
picked
top 10,
Ario.
dude.
I knew you. I didn't think you'd pick Ario. I knew you'd pick Styx somewhere coming up. But
78 just had so many great rock and roll albums in it.
live albums, you got Thin Lizzy, you got Double Live Gonzo by fucking Ted Nugent. There's so many freaking great albums, live albums out that year too.
Yeah, live albums. I mean, you could do a whole show just on live albums.
Yeah.
They're pretty much all my honorable mentions later.
That was like one of the times that the double album was so popular. You know, right there in the late 70s. It was such a popular thing. Mark, what's your next one?
My next one? I thought it was you after Al.
No,
No, Jerry.
no,
just went.
Jerry just went.
Oh, Jerry just went. Oh, okay. Mine is the first cassette, 8-track, whatever I had. This is Bugle Sgt. Pepper's. Foreigner, Double Vision.
Nice.
This fucking album rules. There's not a bad
great one.
song on it. There's not a bad song on any Foreigner album. This game. Even Inside Information is fucking amazing. Even fucking the album before that fucking rules. This album fucking rules. And fucking I hate it when people say there's no fucking identical person in fucking Foreigner. Lou Graham, motherfuckers! Lou Graham! Nick Jones! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Those are the only two people you need to know in Foreigner. This album
really do.
fucking rules. I used to have those little one cassette players. I used to fucking take friends around the fucking apartment buildings when I was fucking 7. Go lonely children on the run. Lonely children need some fucking dude. This album is fucking better than any Kiss album. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I said it. This album fucking rules. I love Double Vision.
Whoa.
Double
That's
Vision.
nasty.
Has Kiss made a song like Double Vision?
Excuse me, Andy. I didn't know you allowed crackheads on your show. I'm obviously going to have to leave this. I can't support that kind of nonsense.
I'm not a Kiss nerd. I like Foreigner better than Kiss. Fuck you guys.
I think you might be the only one that feels that way out of us four.
I know. I'm not being a contrarian.
No.
Being honest. I'm not Nate on his.
What's up with the vocabulary tonight, man?
He broke out his thesaurus today. He's
Yeah,
like, I want to
yeah.
sound intelligent.
You did a word of the day kind of thing on the way to work.
Oh God! You know what? You guys will give me a plethora of options here. Okay.
Plethora. Look, I'm going to start writing down all the multi-syllable words that Mark's using tonight.
Hey, listen. When I started at Disney in 2001, there was this girl who was trained to be a teacher. She said, "Mark, you use a lot of big words, but you use them in the way they're supposed to be used. So fuck you guys. I know how to use big words. I'm not stupid. I may drink a lot. I may be drunk, but I ain't stupid. All right, I'm done."
What's your number 8?
Yeah, fucking Mark's been watching too many Martin Popoff videos. Anyway,
I haven't watched one. Exactly.
anyway. I love you, Mark.
I love you too, man.
Rolling Stone, Some Girls. I'm echoing Andy's last pick. Yeah, dude. I mean, Rolling Stones came back fucking with a vengeance on this album.
Yeah.
They were like fading out, and then with this album, they threw in the disco influence. They threw in some punk influence, all melted into the same album. I mean, When a Whip Comes Down, great song. Miss You, obviously, is the disco one. Throw me some other tracks. I'm forgetting over here.
A Beast of Burden, Shattered.
Beast of Burden, great track. I mean, just the whole album is solid top to bottom.
It is.
Those were my
Great
all-time
album.
favorite rock and roll band. And I knew somebody was going to pick Some Girls is the only reason it didn't make my list.
Me too. I have it on CD.
It really reestablished them, as the greatest band, like one of the greatest bands in the world. So, yeah, Some Girls. I heard that tour was like ridiculous too, man. I mean, obviously I was too young to ever, attend it, but I have a friend of mine that went to that tour, and he said it was one of the great shows that he's seen. So, So yeah, man, Stones, man, you gotta have the Stones in there. It's fucking Stones, dude. You know.
I like them more than the Beatles. Unpopular metal opinion, you know. So
I might be with you on that one, Nate.
Man, the audio's real horrible though. You guys hearing that?
I love them both. But I like the Stones.
I love the Beatles and then the Stones.
Is
But
the
Rush
audio-
and the Beatles are tied for one.
Is the audio messed up for you guys?
No, I hear you. Perfect, dude.
I don't know.
I
It's
hear
horrible on my end here, man.
I hear this gargling too. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna come out and come back in, man.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Who's
Yeah, it was
next?
him.
Stop.
we figured it out.
Well, no, it's not perfect.
Yeah, I know. I know it was Al because he has bad Wi-Fi there. But
Yeah,
just say-
and then like when he's talking, it gets a little gargled, and he really has a lot of good stuff to say.
yeah.
But I'm going to keep on going. This album here came in the middle of his regular band that released an album in '77,
Fuck it.
and his band released another album in '79, and he squeezed one in '78. David Gilmour's debut album.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a great album.
That is very good.
But the thing is his albums, they're missing something. His solo albums are missing something.
Roger
No
Waters.
soul.
And it's Roger Waters.
Yes.
And Roger
No.
Waters' solo albums are missing David Gilmour.
Yeah.
That is true. But the thing is, the two albums they made without fucking Waters sounded better than anything Waters did solo.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that too.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing that people say that, oh, those two albums sound like David Gilmour solo albums. What the hell are they supposed to sound like?
Dude, they
You
did
know?
not sound like David Gilmour solo albums.
Exactly. It was
David Gilmour
playing
solo
style,
albums
but
sound like fucking
you know.
pop.
The Division Bell is like my favorite Pink
Fucking
Floyd
rules.
album.
A fucking great album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
saw
not-
that in
not for me.
'94. I saw
Man,
that
was a
tour
great
at the
fucking
Rose Bowl,
show,
dude.
Great show.
I was pissed off because my friend Carlos, he got some ragweed, dude, and I couldn't get high during a fucking Pink Floyd concert, and I socked him in the face. Boom! I go, you fucking asshole! I bought the tickets. You're supposed to get good weed.
He brought you seeds and stems, didn't he?
He bought me shit, and I couldn't get stoned, but it was a great show, though.
Speaking of that album, real quick, Al, did you give the Division Bell a second chance? What did you think of it? Pink Floyd, the Division Bell.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Remember we talked about it? You said you're going to give it another listen.
Oh, it's incredible. I love that album. I think it's a great album, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I listen, dude. When that album was new, like I spun that album a lot, dude. Like I went to that tour and incredible, bro. I mean,
That was a great show, man.
I did
It's my
too,
favorite
dude.
of all time.
I was
I'm
telling him my
weird.
friend got ragweed and fucking stems, and I bought him the tickets to go to Pink Floyd at
Stems
the
and
Rose
seeds,
Bowl.
huh?
Stems and seeds.
Yeah.
And we fucking were smoking, dude. I couldn't get high. He was all lit. And I said, fuck you, Carlos. And I socked him in the face. I can't get high at a fucking Pink Floyd concert. You suck. So I would say you suck back in that time. So
No, but the reason why we're talking about this, I don't know if you saw it while you were out, but my number 8 was Gilmour's
that's
debut.
that's a great one, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was a slot right there between Animals and The Wall.
Yeah.
So he came out with this one in '78. It still had like the voice of Pink Floyd. It had that blazing guitar, and it had that instrumental in the beginning, a la A Momentary Lapse of Reason and
Yeah.
Division Bell both started off with instrumentals as well.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
me,
because-
his best solo album is On an Island. That's
I
just
love
Yeah,
awful.
I agree.
On an
I got-
Island is the best solo album.
That first one, man. I never listened to that until fucking way years later, and like I've discovered it, and that's a really good, like, solid album by him, man.
Yeah,
It's,
it really
It is.
yeah.
It's not Pink Floyd. It's pop.
On an Island is a great, like, that's one of those albums where like you just throw on, dude, and you just kind of just sit in your fucking reclining chair and just kind of melt
Yeah.
into the chair. It's one of those mood albums that just like you just chill and just kind of hang out. I mean, it's a great album, dude. I love that album.
And that's Crosby and Nash on those
Yeah,
backing
the
vocals.
and the harmonies. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he had
Oh,
them-
damn. Now I got to hate that album.
Fuck you, Nate. Listen to it. It rules.
I'm not big on them guys either, but they sounded
I'm
good
not
on
big
it.
on that.
It's a good album. I'm not
Neil
disagreeing.
Young.
I'm just being.
dude. Honestly, man,
dick.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Those guys like have some of the best harmonies on albums, dude.
Oh yeah,
I
they do.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I liked him better with Neil Young came in.
Oh,
No,
the
yeah.
Neil Young thing was a whole
Yeah.
different story. Whole different story.
Yeah.
Number 7 for you, Nate. What do you got?
I am Southern blooded, even though I'm Yankee sounding. And,
Damn Yankee.
this was played a lot in my house. My dad's a Southern boy. He loves Southern rock, man. And come on, Molly Hatchet. Come on. I mean, I think the only album better than this was Flirting with Disaster. If you ask
Molly
me.
Hatchet rules, dude. I love-
Bounty Hunter, Gator Country, I'll Be Running, Big Apple, The Creeper. It's a dynamite record. I love Southern rock because you get to blend country and rock and roll. It's a cool sound.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's been duplicated anywhere. Maybe Kid Rock does a good job with it. I think it's great stuff.
But you're right. It's kind of that genre has kind of moved away, and it's a shame because there were some really good bands that did that, like Leonard Skinner and Marshall Tucker Band,
Allman
and
Brothers
that
Band.
was
There
a
was so
Marshall
much
Allman
good
Brothers Band,
stuff.
Charlie Daniels Band.
Oh,
They
yeah.
would just draw out these really great long instrumentals with so much talent.
Black Crows.
Really good stuff. Black Rose, okay, I heard you.
Crows are more blues based than Southern rock, unless they changed later on.
They're very Southern.
Yeah,
rock.
they had a Southern thing in there. Like after the first album,
Yeah.
the Southern thing kind of
Southern Harmony, the musical companion is a total Southern rock album, dude.
That
Yeah,
one
see, I may have given up on them by then. Those
Dude, the
first
Southern-
two albums, I loved.
Remedy, dude.
Amor,
My
though,
God,
was one of
Nate,
my
you
favorite.
need to go back and listen to that album.
Hey, look, on Al's recommendation, I just got the complete discography of Thin Lizzy. I'll be busy for the next month listening to this.
Thin
stuff.
Lizzy rules, though. That was a great recommendation from him, though. I'd give him that.
I hope it works out for you, Nate.
I hope it works out.
All the hits I've heard, I dig. I just never deep dove them. And
Dude, deep diving on them is fucking. It's gonna be good, bro. I'm telling
Yeah.
my
My-
co-host Metal Mike, Metal Mike Tyler, hooked me up with the entire discography. I didn't even know they had that much. I was like, didn't this guy die in the '80s? How do they have all this stuff coming out
you,
later?
dude. Incredible, man.
I can't wait to
Incredible.
check it out. I really can't. I just downloaded it all to my hard drive this afternoon before the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the
cool.
Black Crows, dude, fucking the first, dude, they haven't, except Beyond the Frost or whatever, they haven't put out a bad album, dude.
I like those
Well,
first two.
yeah,
I
they
got no
have.
complaints.
What? Warpaint was good
No, it's not the one. The one with
by your
Talking
side.
about
one with
by-
soul
by-
singing on it.
That
By
was
Your Side.
Lions.
Yeah, that album's not that great.
You like Lions, it's
No, I
got
like
lick-
2 songs off that. I
It's
told you I
got
bought it
licking.
because I needed it
it's
for the
got
collection. But I
licking,
told
dude.
you it was just
I
a
got-
subpar album.
I got Edwin Canistraci into that album, playing it on the way of taking him home from the fucking
Yeah,
Judas Priest concert last year.
It's a subpar album in my opinion.
Ah, you fucking suck. You got it on vinyl. Why'd you get it on vinyl?
Because I'm a collector. I like to collect
You're
the
an
whole thing.
idiot then. If you don't like it, you should never buy anything on vinyl that you
Listen
don't
to this
like.
fucking guy here. Who made this guy the fucking Pope?
Dude, I don't buy shit I don't like. I'm not gonna spend 20.
Man, I got two Blaze albums, all right, from Iron Maiden, so I am a collector, all right.
You suck on those too. But whatever.
All right, who's next? Molly Hatchet. Jerry, what's your next one?
Yeah, Mark said this one already, but it's a great fucking record, man. Double Vision, Blue Morning, Blue Day, and Spellbinder, man, are two fucking the greatest songs
Killer
ever
tunes.
by Foreigner. 6-piece Foreigner fucking rules, man. And
like
I don't know,
it.
are they still touring with Mick Jones or what?
No,
the fuck's up with them
Mick
now,
Jones comes in and out, but
Sometimes he's on
it's
there.
Kelly Hansen.
I think he
Kelly,
has to play-
I've seen him with Kelly Hansen. He's really good. But then I seen Lou Graham solo at a club. Lou Graham, fuck, that guy looks like
Nah,
a
he's a
dwarf.
great fucking
He
singer.
looks like an elf.
Cool.
I posted videos of him at that show on Freeform Rock Podcast YouTube. He still sounds amazing.
Again, this is probably my favorite. A lot of my favorite albums come out in '78. This is probably my favorite Foreigner album.
Oh wow.
Dude, can I?
Great fucking-
Dude,
great fucking-
real quick, man. it was funny, man. I went into New York City. This is already like going back, probably like 7-8 years ago. And I went to the city. I went to a radio station there, like to go pick something up. I won like some tickets from them. So at the time you had to go pick it up at the station. So I went there. I was in the lobby hanging out, and dude, I look up and stuff, and I'm like, that guy looks just like fucking Lou Graham, dude. Like, and I went over and I'm like, Lou Graham, right? And he's like, yeah. And he was just hanging out in the lobby, dude. And it was like me and like maybe 2 other people in there. And I guess he was going up to the station to go do an interview or something. And I was just like talking to him for like a couple minutes. He had just done a show like a month before, right in my hometown, like at a theater, and I went to it. Which was really cool, a solo show. And I was telling him about it, and then I didn't have. It's funny. The fucked up thing was that I didn't have my phone on me. I had it in my car charging because it was kind of low, so I couldn't get a picture with him. And I'm like, fuck, dude. You know, the time I'm in here, I could have had a nice, cool picture with him, and I didn't. But Luke Graham, I was like, but he was cool, man. Like, it was just like he's a legend. And I was just talking to him for a couple minutes, and then he went upstairs to do his interview and shit. I'm like, why'd you have your fucking phone on me? You know?
Yeah, I don't feel that bad for you, Al, because you met just about everybody else.
Yeah, I was just about to say that to him, dude.
I need
He's got,
so.
I could have got a picture.
I'm like,
When I saw Lou Graham on that concert down the street from me, I could have got a picture with him because I bought a shirt, and I got the merch guy said, "Hey, come back out after the show. He'll be at the merch table and sign autographs and pictures."
That
line was fucking outdoor, and I told my wife,
"You should have went, man. You should have hung out."
But I go, fuck this shit. Let's go home. I'm fucking old, dude. I don't know wait no life.
Lou Graham hanging out at the merch table.
He was. I saw it, man.
I know, but you never get that
one of my
again.
biggest freeform rock video, like in YouTube thing, is I want to know what love is. One of my biggest downloaded videos from him at that show. That and the wasp fuck like an animal. Now I go, what the fuck? You guys all suck because you don't fucking like Armored Saint. Because those Armored Saint videos aren't getting love as much as the Wasp is.
Dude,
Armored Saint rules.
Armored Saint's not that known, though. That's why, man.
That sucks.
It sucks. It sucks.
It
dude.
sucks balls, man.
I know.
All right,
I gotta say, I want to know what love is, man. But when Tom Cruise sang it with that blonde chick in that movie.
What was that? Vanilla Sky? No.
Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages.
Where he had the cock thing on his.
Yeah.
That movie is.
I own it, man.
I love that movie.
I fucking love that movie.
I love it too.
Guilty pleasure of mine, even though I'm not guilty.
I've never seen it.
The only thing
Dude, it's fun.
Don't
Don't think about timeline because the timeline's messed up.
It is.
You know, things don't make sense if you're thinking timeline from us old guys that grew up then.
Yeah.
But if you're just looking for a fun time and you got to watch a musical, you can't go wrong with that one.
But what pissed me off about that movie is that the 2 gay guys find out they're gay and they make out to fucking I can't fight this feeling. What the
That was
fuck?
That was
Fucking
great.
Forever free.
That was one of the best parts of the movie.
I hated that
movie.
But you know, Kevin Cronin
Alec
was
Baldwin
in the
and
movie.
Russell Brand.
Kevin
That was
Cronin was
beautiful.
in the movie. You saw him at the crowd. He was at the outside of the crowd. Kevin Cronin was. That just pissed me off because you know, fucking Detroit Rock City made fun of REO Speedwagon too. I was pissed at that shit. This ain't REO Speedwagon. This is Kiss, man. I go, fuck you, but I love this movie.
He's a fuck you, man.
I love the movie though. Fuck. That scene pissed me off though.
But like that chronological order that y'all were talking about the songs and stuff like that, that's what ruined that movie for Elton John for me. The songs were in different places. Do you know?
The Queen was too. The Queen one was.
The Queen was because they didn't break up before Live Aid. They were on tour for that fucking album. What was that album with Radio Gaga? The Works. They were on tour with that album. They acted like they broke up before they came back. No, they were already on tour. That's why they sang a lot of fucking The Works song at Live Aid.
Oh, okay. You see, that's why I don't watch these biopics because
They're still they're still good, dude. It's still, you know, the best biopic is
The Dirt.
if I leave here tomorrow by the Leonard Skinner documentary. That's a fucking great documentary.
Yeah, but that's a documentary.
It's a
That's
documentary.
different from a movie.
It's great though.
Yeah, but
I
would
haven't
rather
seen
see
the Elton John
documentaries.
one. I heard so many bad reviews on the Elton John one that I didn't watch it.
Dr. Fuck walked out. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it. I'm a big Elton John fan, but when I started watching it, I turned it off in the middle because the song sequences just weren't right for me. You know,
I gotcha.
it just and it just like blew me out. It just like
See, with me, a musical I've got to be in a mood for, and I haven't been in the mood for one in a while. So
Xanadu still rules though.
Oh yeah, the good Xanadu, Olivia Newton-John.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
Not
right
that-
here, buddy.
Not that Rush crap.
Fuck you,
Grease is
Rush.
better than Xanadu, man.
Who?
Grease.
Yeah, but I like
Grease was
cheese.
great. I like
Speaking of Grease, I might pop out later. I might pop up later, actually. So
Even Grease 2 is pretty good.
Hey,
Dude.
I love Grease too. So
I
underrated.
saw
I
that
do too.
in the fucking movies, dude.
look at Michelle Pfeiffer, man.
Dude,
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
that movie
Cool
was
Rider
horrible.
rocks.
That dude, that fucking Dynasty wannabe, fucking
yeah.
Matthew Caulfield. He was a horrible actor. He was horrible in Dynasty. I watched Dynasty. Heather Locklear was in fucking Dynasty. So I always watched you fucking Dynasty, and fucking Linda Evans was still hot at that time.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was also in Empire Records, if y'all remember that.
I saw that like a couple months ago.
That's a really cool movie too. I like that one.
Where are we at?
Mark, you're
Okay,
number
right,
7.
Yeah, I don't have this on vinyl. I don't have it on CD. I might have it on CD, but I don't fucking want to dig it
Well,
out.
you suck.
This is I do suck. Fuck you.
Yeah, he
Y&T
does.
struck down.
Okay, you don't suck.
Oh, no, he still
Y&T
sucks.
rules. I don't know if any of you motherfuckers pick Y&T. If you don't, you suck. Y&T is one of the best bands, like Tesla, that never. Nate hates Tesla, but fucking Y&T rules.
No,
the
Tesla
same.
I like.
Were they weren't they known as Yesterday and Today at
Yes.
that time?
That time.
No, I was struck down. It was Y&T, wasn't it? Whatever. They're still Y&T. They go by Y&T.
I'm just fucking asking, bro.
That probably was.
Getting hostile over there.
I drank 2 things of whiskey and a thing of fucking IPA. I'm fucked up. So don't take me personal.
See, I'm being good.
Never take Mark seriously.
I'm being good and
Because I like
quiet
to
because I'm on
fuck with
somebody
people.
else's show. So I don't
I'm
wanna make
seeing
it-
your record picks. Believe me, I'm not taking you seriously.
Rush hater, I can't take you. Dude, I love that Nelson track he said you were going to send me. You never sent me that fucking Nelson track.
It's because I'm the only one in the world that has it. I like having that.
But I didn't ask you for it. You said, I'll send it to you.
I was drunk. I lied.
Asshole. Okay, that's my pick. Struck
All right,
down
Al.
Y&T.
What's your next one?
Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Love Cheap Trick, dude. One of my favorite bands. It's their 3rd album. Obviously, it's got the Surrender on there, and the title track is great. Pretty dark lyrical content. You know, Heaven Tonight is the title track is doing heroin, bro, and shit like that. You know,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
yeah, dude, I love that album, dude. It's fucking unbelievable. Cheap Trick does no wrong for me. They're like one of my top 5 bands of all time. So, god damn, man. I mean, actually, I'm looking at this. It's number 7. It should be higher on the list, but there's so many great ones above it that I can't even everything is like 1A, 1B, 1C for me. You know, like you guys know that.
I'm like,
You
you're
guys
on.
know that about me.
They're another band. It's like you ever know anybody does not like Cheap Trick? I mean, seriously.
Yes, I do know a lot of people
What?
that like Cheap Trick. They're
Well,
idiots.
then, fuck them.
Yeah, they're idiots. 'Cause
I'm
they're
kind of
fucking-
a casual Cheap Trick fan, but I have a lot of their records.
But you like them though. You don't hate
Yeah,
it.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
I think I have a greatest hits thing and maybe a couple other things digitally, but I have a lot of their records, and I have 3 copies of Budokan on vinyl.
I
let's go.
I got the Japanese copy. That's fucking great. I
Nice.
love it.
How's it sound when it's in Japanese? I wouldn't understand that.
No, but the Japanese vinyl is it's a lot for some reason it's a lot better than American vinyl. I don't know why. I just can't afford that shit. But I bought
Japanese-
Cheap Trick at Budokan.
Dude, Japanese
Like, give me that shit.
Japanese pressings destroy like pretty much every other pressing. I mean, like
Yes, they do. I heard that Cheap Trick and I was going, whoa. It's like,
they
wow.
they put a lot of quality into their like pressing vinyl and even CDs, man. When you get a Japanese CD, it's fucking dude, they put so much into the packaging. It's so great. Like I mean it costs an arm and a leg over here, but
Yeah,
But
I
every
got a
band
white
that does a
tee from Japan.
Japanese CD, they always put bonus tracks on there. Extremes done. Every band has done that. Every metal band has put extra tracks, and you're like looking for those extra tracks here.
Fuck,
Because they're
Extreme,
awesome.
Y&T Rush. What is wrong with you?
Y&T, what do you have a problem with Y&T for? You like Sammy Hagar. You should like fucking Y&T.
No, don't be silly.
Got to dude, they have similar voices.
so that's my number 7. Go ahead.
My number 7. This might have been a little higher, and it was higher, but then it dropped down a little bit. Same Class by Judas Priest.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nice album.
This is one of my favorite Judas Priest albums.
Fucking
It's
great
just
album,
fantastic, man.
Yeah, I was gonna pick that one, but I don't have it on vinyl or CD. Shame on me. But
This is that perfect bridge that they had from their early stuff, like Sin After Sin, and going into their later ones from the later 70s. I'm sorry, I'm going blank.
Hellbent for Leather. and-
Yeah, Hellbent for Leather and stuff like that. It was perfect, 'cause this was right there in the middle, and
Yeah.
it was that perfect bridge,
Yeah.
that perfect combination where they were starting to get a little bit in the popular side, but still keeping that grit and
That darker,
little bit of
that dark-
mysteriousness to them.
Yeah.
Good album.
I just
Yeah,
saw
that's-
them on Monday. They fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, I've been
awesome,
seeing
man.
a lot of clips out there.
He brought his freaking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. He says, we are the third metal band to get put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Black Sabbath, Metallica, and us. Okay, Metal Warriors, we need to get more in.
Yeah, they do need to get more in, and they should have gone in
Iron Maiden?
for Sabbath.
I mean, it should be the next one.
Yes, it should be.
Yeah. They should.
I agree.
The next, it's your turn, Bushy. What's your next one after Molly Hatchet?
Man, I'm still reeling from Stained Class. This is a great album.
Oh,
This is my favorite album by this band, AC/DC Powerage.
Asshole.
great.
What a
Yes.
killer record, man.
yes.
Fucking Rock and Roll Damnation, Down Payment Blues, Give Me a Bullet, Riff Raff. If you don't like Riff Raff, man, you don't like AC/DC. Get the fuck out.
Dude.
Get the fuck out,
Awesome song, man.
Great stuff. What Next to the Moon, Got Shooting, Up to My Neck and You, Kicked in the Teeth. It's such a good fucking record.
Hell
It kicks
yeah.
That
ass.
live album that came out that year was awesome too, but we couldn't pick live albums.
If you got blood, you got. If you want blood, you got it. That's
Yeah,
also
I'll-
badass. I like the
yeah.
back of that album. Where
I love that. I have that on vinyl also.
Yeah, me too. Where Agnes Young is on his back with a guitar stick.
Yeah,
This is
fuck that
This
up.
is badass.
Yeah.
Dude.
That is one of the first AC/DC albums I ever heard.
That's such a great fucking.
Great fucking album.
Yeah. Jerry, what's your next one?
This is probably the best album with the name of this band on it. Kiss, Ace Frehley
Yes.
solo album, man.
Yeah, I didn't.
Fucking blows all. They're not even close. Not even in the same atmosphere.
Slow
as the
down.
other three in my opinion. Nah, dude. This album fucking pissed Paul and Gene off so bad because they didn't think Ace could fucking write a solo album on his own. Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you, Gene. This is the best Kiss solo album ever in history, man.
It's a good album. It's a good album. It's got like 6 quality songs on it.
I agree with you. We did a review on that Freeform Rock podcast of Gordon Levitt, who was an Angel after what's his name left Jafria. So
Nice.
Nice pick.
Good record.
It is. It's your turn, Mark. What do you got going on?
Yeah, asshole Nate picked it. My favorite AC/DC song of all time is Down Payment Blues.
Good jam.
I just fucking love that. That song comes on, dude. I just fucking repeat. It's like Bon Scott, like what Ralph Yair and Ian Wally call him. I said your name first, Ralph. So fucking shithouse poet. I think he's better than a shithouse poet. I just think he's a great lyricist. Like Nate mentioned all the songs already. I don't need you. This album fucking rules. If you don't like it, you suck. Like,
Yes, sir. Fuck.
And that's one thing. Well, not just one, but Bon Scott, man.
Yeah.
The way that he wrote his wise ass lyrics were just so good, and he sang with so much conviction.
yeah,
You know,
dude.
I also like them with Brian Johnson, but they did lose a little something.
They did a
with
lot.
Bon
I
Scott.
love Brian Johnson, but there's not one Bon Scott album I skip. But I like all the Brian Johnson albums, but like if I want to hear a Brian Johnson album, I want to hear a Bon Scott album first. So
Oh, see, with me, it depends on my mood.
yeah,
But I always go towards Bon Scott albums on
me
first.
too.
Al, what's your next one?
The Cars debut, man. Touched on it before. I mean,
Greatest
that's like
Hits album.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll be
it
right
really
back.
is. It's pretty much a greatest hits album, dude. I mean,
It
you
is.
can't get much more perfect than that. I mean, you got the Boston debut, which is a different year, but I mean, I compare the two all the time. Like they're always neck and neck with me with like what are perfect albums, but debut albums and that one's you can't get more perfect than that, man.
No,
And like I said, man, I saw them on the Renee Reunited, and they had come out with that last album. I can't remember the name of it, and they toured behind it, and they played here in New York City, and they just fucking killed it. Because I mean, when I was a kid, I really loved the Cars, and I never went to go see them because I was too young to really to see them. And by the time, I don't even know if they toured behind Door to Door. Did they? I don't even know, but that came out in like '87 or something. But by that time, I was already like past the Cars, you know. But yeah, the debut, man. I mean, just fucking. I mean, if that's not in anybody's collection, then they're not really a rock fan. I mean, to be honest with you, you know. So
Yeah, it's in my collection. Like I said earlier, I knew people were going to pick that album. The
Yeah.
Cars, I got into, oddly enough, MTV. I knew nothing about the Cars,
Right.
but they were all over MTV.
oh, MTV, yeah.
Yeah, I would
Heartbreak
say
CD album.
you were
Heartbreak CD.
absolutely correct. If you were going to say a perfect debut album, the only one better than that is the Boston debut. That is the greatest debut album of all time.
I can't argue that either.
But Cars is a real close second. Real close second for me.
Yep.
Great album. Great album.
Yeah. Thank you.
It is a great album.
Bushy
my-
stamp of approval.
I'm saying that like I had like a hand in writing it or something.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
He's holding up his
You're
fucking
more
Grammy.
I wish I got the residuals from that album.
Yeah, no
Real.
shit.
Especially from Fast Times.
Shit.
My next one is going to match Al's, the Cars debut album.
There you go.
There's something about this album when you throw it on.
Yeah.
The music is just so fantastic. It's so exciting. The lyrics are they're easy. They're simple lyrics, but they mean so much at the same time in each song. So I'm not going to dwell too much into it since we're already been talking about it. So that's all I'm going to say about
Yeah,
that.
like I said, having moving in stereo and Fast Times at Ridgemont High makes that record even
Yeah.
better. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Phoebe
Doesn't it make-
Cates.
Doesn't
Oh,
anybody
man.
fucking knock anymore?
Have to get caught. That sucks. All right, Nate, what's your next one after AC/DC?
I'm piggybacking Jerry because I thought it should be higher up, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. There's only a couple songs I don't like, and that's why this is not the best solo album.
Ooh.
because I could do without Wiped Out, and I'm in need of love, but the rest of them are great. You know, I love the cover of New York Groove. Rip It Out and Speeding Back to My Baby is a 1-2 fucking punch that lets you know, hey, I'm Ace, I'm here, and I can rock and fuck those guys. It's a Stone Cold classic, but still not the best solo album.
It is. Well, no, it is. But yeah,
It
it's a
is.
great album.
He means it is the best.
It is the
We'll,
best.
we'll translate that for everybody. He means it's the best.
You know, he loves Peter Chris. You know, let him be gay. I don't care.
I fucking love Pete's solo album, so fuck you, Mark. That's about the only one I like from Peter Chris. The rest of them are terrible.
It's the only one everyone likes.
Not me. Enjoy.
And Jerry, what's your next one?
Nate's gonna fucking love this one, man.
Oh,
Hey, I love
I'll
it.
be talking about
Rush
that one
Hemisphere,
later.
man. This is a great record. There's only like what 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
I think it has his favorite song on there.
And
right?
what is it, 75 minutes?
Is it Trees on there?
The Trees is on there on side.
Yeah, that's Nate's favorite song, right?
Ugh.
But man, this is fucking just great musicianship, man. I know you don't like Rush very much, but man,
I will not take anything away from their talent.
man,
Ever,
Hey.
ever.
He's been honest about that, and I respect him.
that is true. Yeah, but
Yeah.
well, what number is this shit? Number 6,
No, that's number 5.
number 5,
Number
yeah.
5.
That's my number 5. I mean, this is.
Yeah.
I can't think of a bad Rush album. So
Oh boy.
I mean, all the way
I'm with
up,
Jerry on that one.
all the way up to fucking Presto are just classics, dude. I don't really
What?
care for them a lot after that, but they've got some
What?
good albums.
You didn't like Roll the Bones?
Yeah, this is fucking. I mean, there's songs off it I like, but
Counterparts?
this shit here fucking rules. So anyway, that's my number.
The
five.
What's
that's
wrong
a good
with
pick,
you?
Jerry.
I'm just saying it. You Counterparts, Roll the Bones.
By the way, the best 4-song album is Lips Incorporated, Mouth to Mouth. That's the album that Funky Town was on. Let me just help you out there.
Lips
Counterparts?
Incorporated?
Roll the Bones?
Lips
Incorporated?
Lips Incorporated. It's a 4-song album. The original Funky Town song is not that 3-minute thing you hear. It's actually 8.5 minutes, and then there's like 3 other songs.
Dude,
I like the pseudo echo version of Funky Town better.
I like the original version.
Mark, I was so looking forward to meeting you at Rocket Pod.
Funky Town.
Well, you know, fuck you. We're gonna have Evan Williams. We're not gonna have fucking Jack Daniels. We're gonna fucking drink our houses off, bitch.
Mark, what's your next one?
My next one, I don't have it on CD. I have it on digital. Rainbow, Long Live Rock and Roll,
oh,
dude.
great one, dude.
Good album.
Great album.
Dude,
man.
Lady of the Lake. Somebody told me that Dio made his best songs with fucking Black Sabbath. I go, you're fucking nuts. Holy Diver, Last in Line, fucking Rainbow, fucking Long Live Rock and Roll. Any Rainbow album. The only thing I could say is Elves kind of sucked, but fucking there's nothing bad with Dio with Rainbow or Black Sabbath.
No,
No, but I
Agreed.
do agree with you. I like Dio solo more than Dio with Black Sabbath.
Oh, I like
For some
Black
reason.
Sabbath Dio, but I like Dio. I actually like Dio better with Rainbow. If that
Rainbow,
if
yeah,
that's
she was
different.
really
And then
good
Black
in Rainbow.
Sabbath 2 and then Dio Solo 3.
To me, Rainbow Rising is the best Dio's Rainbow, but Long Live Rock and Roll is great, dude. That's a great pick.
Lady of the Lake, LA Connection. Fucking album rules.
And
Yeah.
that and their live album's really good too by
Oh,
by
yeah.
Rainbow. I think it's called On Stage.
On stage,
And
yeah.
On Stage.
Yeah. I like Joe Lynn Turner. I don't like that other dude who was in that band. What's that? dude
Graham
from-
Bonnet. Graham
Yeah,
Bonnet.
I didn't care for his voice.
He was only on one album.
Yeah, he was horrible. I like Joe Lynn Turner, but I like Dio,
I
dude.
like Graham Bonnet, actually.
Yeah, but you like Geddy Lee.
I like Graham
Really?
Bonnet, but I'm saying in Rainbow, he was like the third best. I think Joe Lynn Turner was better. He was the third. Dio was obviously number one, but Rainbow rules. Long Live Rock and Roll, great album.
Yeah, it really is. Al, what's your next one?
Ace Frehley 78. So I got nothing else to say about it. It's to me it's
Not
the
a
best out of
alcohol
soul
in this
albums to me. Others may disagree, but if you're the others that disagree, you're in the fucking minority because
Yeah.
the majority rules on that one. So
Yeah, every
Yeah,
time they talk
baby.
about the solo albums, even in social media or main rock and roll media, they always talk more about Ace's album
of course, dude,
more than they do
because it's actually the best one. You know.
Yeah, that's a
So they
That's
do
what
talk about
actually broke up the band because he sold more than the other three.
Yeah.
Well, I
I mean,
think
Galaxy
Kiss's second
does
best
know.
album is The Elder. What do I know?
Oh,
Oh,
Metal Mike needs to get on you more about that album. I'm just saying.
yeah. It's funny after that album. He had what 3 songs on Dynasty and 3 off Unmasked. I think after that. So
He had 4. I think he had 4 on Dynasty, right?
no, I thought he only had 3. It's Save Your Love,
I didn't like his songs
Hard
on
Times,
Unmasked.
and 2000
Horrible
Man.
to
I
me.
think were the only 3 he had.
Yeah, 2000 Man's great, man, because that Stones version's just garbage.
But
Yeah, it
it's
really
better.
is.
It's better on double platinum.
The Kiss version is a lot better than the Stones version.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it is. But
It
I
really
like
is.
the double platinum version better.
My number 5, it's been talked about a couple of times. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Stranger in Town.
Yeah,
Great album.
This album, when I had my first apartment, I used to spin this like crazy on Friday nights drunk. I mean, Hollywood Nights, still the same. Till It Shines, Feel Like a Number, Old Time Rock and Roll, and that's just side 1.
Yes.
yeah.
This is a fantastic album.
Before Risky Business came out to make that song even better. Yeah.
And the reason why it wasn't higher, it's just that Bob Seger always has this. I don't know. He always puts this boring long song to end the whole album. This one was the famous final scene. He did the same thing on Night Moves. He just tends to do that. But before that, it's a really good. He really has a knack for putting good rockers and mid-tempo ballads and a good mix on them. And
Hell, I
that's-
even liked Shakedown off Beverly Hills Cop 2.
That's a
Oh,
great
that's a
song,
great
dude.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
stuff.
Shakedown rules, dude.
Yeah, that was a really good song. Off of
I've got
Beverly Hills-
nothing but love for Seeger, man. Like I said, he's probably my favorite of the blue collar guys.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop 3, not so much.
I'm
Yeah.
pissed. I'm still pissed at Bob Seger because I saw him at fucking Madison Square Garden. I had backstage passes, and I got to hung out backstage with this whole band, and he was the only fucking one in the band that didn't come out into the fucking back. So I
Well,
didn't get-
finally, you didn't get a picture with some guy.
Yeah. Again now.
Yeah, Bob
You
Seger
get
was probably
pictures
going,
with everybody.
I'll get pictures with everybody. I'm not going to go
That's what
out
I'm
there.
saying. He missed Bob Seger.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Andy. Bob's like, no, fuck this guy. He's met everybody. He's not meeting me.
He's not going to. I'm going to be that guy that's not going to take a picture with Al Horta.
Yeah, it's like,
I want to go to Rocket Pod and meet all you guys though. So
well, you better.
We'll be there.
yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have a.
Take pictures because I drink a lot at Rocket Pod. I don't remember shit.
Well, you guys are gonna be interviewing people. You got the platinum package. Us poor people, me and Jerry got the. What do
Let
we
me
get?
tell you a
Jerry?
little secret about how I interview. I have my cooler under my table, loaded with beer. I'm drinking all day.
Well, me and Jerry are gonna be interviewing all you other podcasters, so be ready.
all right, cool.
Nice.
I got my portable Zoom recorder, man. I'm fucking
Yeah.
ready, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Bushy, what's your next one? Well, wait.
Oh, no. Are
wait,
you
whose
up?
turn is it?
Yeah, it's Nate's turn.
Oh, yeah, it's me. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did Bob Seger, right?
Yeah, I just did Seger. And Al sad.
Excuse me. Come on, man. Dire Straits.
Great album.
Come
I have
on.
2 copies of that album.
Down to the water
Giveaway.
line. Water of Love. Set It Be Up. 6-Blade Knife. Southbound Again. Sultans of Swing. Probably one of the greatest Dire Straits songs ever written. Even though everybody's all about Money for Nothing. Good song, but come on.
I like
Great.
freaking what's that? Romeo and Juliet. That's my favorite fucking song about it.
Good song.
Fucking
This is
Mark
one of
Knopfler.
this and Brothers in Arms are my 2 favorite Dire Straits records.
Yeah.
Mark Knopfler, man. What a great guitarist, man. Doesn't use a pick, man.
He's just like Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah.
I read an article. I forget which metal mag it was back in the day, and why Dire Straits was in there is beyond me. But they were asking him why the hell he didn't play fast, and Mark's like, "Because I fucking can't." So it must have been the '80s sometime, with all the shredders and such. He's like, I just can't play that fast.
I don't know, because he did some pretty good fast picking on Sultans of Swing.
He did.
I also like Twisting by the Pool. It's a great song too.
So is
Oh,
that your debut album?
That's a great summertime song, man.
It is.
Yeah, I believe that's the debut album.
Right? I think that's their debut by
Yeah,
Dire Straits.
1978, man. Good
I got
fucking
two copies
record.
of that. We should give that away in the Mark and Jerry BS sessions if anybody fucking cares.
Look, Andy, when you said 1978, okay, I was 3 years old. So I'm on Wikipedia. I'm like, okay, what the hell was released in 78? Because
Yeah.
I don't have a
4.
clue. If you'd asked me 1986 or 87, I'd have been all over that like flies on shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I had a good time. I had to deep dive, research a little bit. I had a good time with it.
Yeah. These things are fun to go look for albums and say, oh man, that's great. I didn't know that this was that year. I want to talk about this album. It's really cool because you get to go through your stuff and find things out. Jerry, what's your next one?
Journey Infinity.
Asshole.
Fucking
one,
love this album, dude. This is
Good
definitely
one.
the best lineup they've had. I mean, Feeling That Way anytime. Winds of March, man. That's a great fucking tune. Something to Hide, Wheel in the Sky, Lights. I mean, it's just loaded with fucking hits, man. The best
Steve Perry's
fucking
first
Journey
album.
Yeah, and the fucking when Steve and fucking Greg were all these sing songs together, man, they're
Oh, I
fucking
love
the
it, dude.
Fuck yeah.
best songs that they have.
That's awesome.
Love this fucking record. Love the band. I actually love it. I've been really getting into the pre-Steve Perry era Journey. That's some good shit. If you're not into
Oh, it
it
is.
or heard
Those
of it,
first three
listen
albums are
to
great.
them. It's good stuff, man. And this is what, number 4 now?
Yep.
Yeah, that's my number 4.
Well, I don't. Jerry just put it up. Number 4, Journey
Journey?
Infinity.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
these
wow.
two are sleeping together. What the hell? They have all the same.
His ass is fine, dude. I love his ass, dude.
I have no ass, dude. My ass is flat as
He's
fuck.
crazy.
I have A cups at least, you know.
Got that big bulbous ass, man. Oh yeah.
I don't have a bulbous. My ass is flat. My mom told me my ass is flat when I was 15. So my wife even said, your ass is flat, but your personality makes up for it. Yeah,
I have
Journey-
more of an ass, I think, than a person. I'm just kidding, dude.
you'll see me live in Nashville. You'll see I have no ass. So
I won't be looking, so
I
I'm
hope
joking
not.
here. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say,
it's-
"Damn, Mark, I'm checking out your ass, dude." Like what I see.
You are a sexy bitch, Jerry. Like I told you earlier, but mine's Infinity, dude. Fucking
Infinity.
Yeah, great record, dude.
great fucking record. It's like amazing. There's not a bad song on it. I love it when Steve Perry and fucking Greg Rowley blend together. It's like it reminds me of later Night Ranger when Kelly Keegan and Jack Blades sing together. I love that shit. Or even Styx when they all sing together. I love it when there's differently. I like Kiss when they do, but Kiss don't do that. They do one lead singer. There's no dual lead singers in a song.
That's not true. It's shouted out loud.
Well, not
Black
maybe
Diamond.
that, but
Well,
you
wow.
got Triumph and you got Night Ranger. They do it more. I love that shit. Great album, Infinity.
Not to mention the great Ainsley Dunbar was a drummer on that album, dude. That guy was a great.
Oh,
fucking
God,
guy.
yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Ainsley.
He's a legend.
Dunbar's a fucking beast, man.
Oh yeah.
I played In the Still of the Night. And everybody's talking about Dunbar last night in the chat room.
Yeah, like I mean, he's played with everybody. He's
Zappa.
played with who's who. Yeah.
Jefferson Starship, I think. All kinds of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your number 4, Al?
My favorite AC/DC album, Bon Scott's Finest Hour, Power Age.
Hell yeah.
3. Wow.
Fucking Kicked in the Teeth, What's Next to the Moon, Riff Raff, Sin City, Rock and Roll Damnation. I mean, dude, every song in there is killer, dude. So, I mean, that's my favorite AC/DC album of all time. And I mean, Bon Scott's lyrics are just so clever on that. So you guys touched on that already, and it's just kicks ass, man. So that's all I gotta say about that.
See, me and Al agree more than me and Jerry do. Just letting you know that. It's weird. Okay.
My number 4. We don't talk about this guy that much, and I hope we do a top 11 songs by him. Or I also want to do a run through his career. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could do a Springsteen top 11, man.
This is a badass album. Side 1 is almost perfect. This came out after Born to Run. There was a 3-year between releases because he was in and out of courts with management and so many, record studio people because everybody wanted a piece of him at this time. But man, Side 1 has Badlands, Adam Raised the King, Something in the Night, Candy's Room. It's a badass song. And Racing in the Street, which is one of my favorite Bruce Springsteen songs.
Yeah.
And then you flip it over. It starts off with A Promised Land and Prove It All Night, and it ends with the title track. So this is a really good album. If y'all aren't that much into Bruce Springsteen, I would really recommend this album. It's a really good one.
All those
I was
songs,
late. I was late onto the Springsteen train, but I'm starting to like him more and more.
all those songs you mentioned are better on 75 to 85 live.
Yeah, they are.
They are way better
Yeah, I know.
live because they didn't figure out how to record Springsteen live to Born in the USA. Because they figured out, hey, let's put the whole band in the room and let's record them all at once. They didn't figure that out till Born in the USA. But those live, I have that fucking vinyl set right there, dude.
Yeah, I got
75
mine
to
right here.
85 is one of the most amazing live sets ever. I bought that on first day. It's like Born to Run is like a million times better live than it is on a studio album. Amazing album. I agree with you, Andy. Great
We're
album.
talking about this one.
Yes, I have that. That rules.
Yeah, this is like a whole night of Bruce Springsteen.
It's like the best besides fucking a Rush live album. That's the second best live
Oh,
album.
you're
I've
not
heard.
selling it very well.
Well, to you, everybody else will agree.
But that's got 5 LPs. That's got 10 sides.
Dude, I
that
had
was a
that.
great package.
It got jacked when my house got ripped off by one of my friends. But I got my friend at work. She went to a fucking thrift store, and she bought me all these albums for my birthday. And she bought me that set again. And I was like, "You rule!" I love that, and it sounds great.
That's a really good. It's done very, very well. What's your next one, Bushy?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, number 3.
Yeah.
And you told me no live, Andy. That would have been in my top 10. Just letting you know.
I am going to choose the best of the solo albums. There's not a bad song on this one. And yes,
Yeah, there
I
is.
even like Hold Me, Touch Me. I don't care.
Ooh.
But Tonight You Belong to Me, I don't give a damn. That song shreds. Move On. It's
That's a
fun.
great
It's
fucking
naughty.
song.
Ain't Quite Right. Paul's a good balladeer. I don't give a
He
shit.
is.
So I love when he does all this stuff. Wouldn't You Like to Know Me is cocky. Take Me Away Together is one. Another great ballad. I don't care. It's all right. It's fun. Like I said, Hold Me, Touch Me. Love it. I know a lot of Kiss fans hate this song. It's a great fucking song. Love in Chains and Goodbye. Goodbye is a great way to just end a show. The best of the solo records, my opinion. By the way, Wadzilla, Ian Wadley agrees.
So,
Fuck
Soul
you, Ralph.
Station's better than that one, man.
you know, I don't care what people tell me agrees with.
I love
If
Soul
like it,
Station,
I like
too.
it.
It's fucking awesome, ain't it?
Great
Seriously.
record. Great
Fucking
record.
Amazing record.
You guys enjoy.
Who's the band on there with him?
It's a fucking great band, dude.
This
Oh,
is
on
I know
Soul
Carmine
Station?
Yeah.
Pieces on there.
Okay.
Eric Singer's doing
Singer's
the drums
on
on
there.
there too.
That's Eric Singer. He's
Yeah.
not on there.
But I just want to say, Andy, you cheated because that live Bruce Springsteen didn't come out to 85.
Oh no!
No, he just showed it to you. Calm
Oh,
down,
okay.
drunk.
Just making sure.
Yeah, really, dude. Drink another one, man.
Well, dude, I drank 2 whiskeys and a beer. Give me a break.
I make the rules. I'm not going to break them.
But you could because you did
It's
make
his
them.
show.
He
exactly,
did. Yeah, that's true.
But it was Carmine and PC was on there.
Yeah, he played a couple songs, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Not
Yeah,
not the whole album. Not the whole album. But
What,
he
the
did
Soul
have
Station or the Paul Stanley album?
Paul Stanley.
Paul Stanley album.
No, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
I'd have to look. Bob Kulick, Richie Fontana,
That's the other drummer.
Craig Cramp,
Right?
Carmine
Craig Cramp.
Appice, yeah, Carmine Appice, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just asking because that's the one that sounds the most
All right.
Kiss-like.
How do you pronounce it? It's Apathy, correct?
It's
Carmine
Appice,
Appice.
and then the other guy is Appice.
And then the
I
other
heard
one's
his name
Appice.
pronounced 5 different
And
ways.
then, but then the
But the
third
dad is
brother is
Appice.
Appice.
Yeah.
The third brother is Appice. They all say their last name different.
Yeah.
Weird.
Jerry, what's your next one? Your
Yeah,
number
Mark
3.
said I'd have this on my list, and he's right. This is fucking classic, fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
Second best Styx album, man. Renegade, Blue Collar Man, Great White Hope, fucking Pieces of Eight, Aku, man. This is some great shit. This is fucking radio FM rock in incognito here. It's not incognito, but it's a fucking great record. Probably they're what you wouldn't say they're the big 3 or big 4 with Grand Illusion.
The first 4 albums all went double platinum.
Yeah, I mean this
The
is
first
fucking,
band to have 4 straight albums double platinum, and they are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame.
I mean
and
it's
the
not
Sex
Grand
Pistols are?
Illusion good.
Fuck you!
It's not as good as Grand Illusion, but it's close, dude. A little bit heavier than Grand Illusion.
I'm just saying. Why aren't they?
No, I agree with you, man. But
Why
Rock
aren't
and
they
Roll
before
Hall of
I
Fame
think
them?
is
Johnny Rotten wrote a letter to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, told him to fuck off. I didn't think they were in.
Johnny Rotten. Have you ever heard PIL?
Love Pill.
You suck.
You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be black, but you may be white. I fucking love Pill. They're fucking great.
I'm starting to think we all have the same number 1 record, I think.
Social Distortion. I might be different. Social
Yeah, you
Distortion
gotta
is
be fucking
better than
different,
Pill.
man.
All right. My
What's
turn?
your next one?
Somebody already picked it. Cheap Trick Heaven tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
It's like a great album. You know, here's the fat guys on the back. But it's a great
As
fucking album.
always.
I know,
It's
isn't that
always
all
like
the same
Robin
here?
Zander and Tom Peterson on the front and the ugly guys on the back of the album.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Fuck said, Rick Nielsen is an evil genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking rules.
I want to try some of that vodka he sells now, man. I can't find it anywhere
second
around here.
album.
Though.
You should
I like
try
how
the
second
black
album
and
was on
vodka
motorcycles, and then they're on the mopeds in the back.
in color. Yeah, you should
in
watch.
color.
You should get fucking Black and Whiskey by Metallica.
Yeah.
That shit's good. I can't afford it. I'm poor. It's good.
Yeah, it's like almost $100 a bottle, ain't it? Something like that.
Yeah, you know, but it I would get the one that was done by Master of Puppets, not the one by the Black Album. Even though I do love the Black Album, I like just more energy in my vodka, in my whiskey.
What's your next one, Al?
My favorite Judas Priest album, Stained Class.
Nice.
Saint, you got, I mean, was it open with Exciter? I mean, that's one of the best
Exciter.
openings.
Yeah.
That's like that. That's probably the birth. That could be the birth of speed metal right there. You know, Saints in Hell. You know, title track. Great Spooky Tooth cover of Better by You, Better Than Me.
Love that
Which,
one. Love that one.
you
Yeah,
know, I mean,
and Lee gave me a crappy Spooky Tooth album to do last week. Okay. Go ahead.
yeah, dude, I love, yeah, like Andy was saying, it's kind of like the, I mean, really Hell But for Leather is kind of the transition. It's like when he really started the transition from the darker Priest into the more mainstream. But I feel like this album was like still a really dark Priest, which I love. I love the lyrical content, and the I love the guitars on it, the tone of the album. 70s Priest is my favorite. I mean, I'll always, you know, I mean, I started off with 80s Priest, but when I discovered the 70s stuff, man, I mean, that, to me, it checked all the boxes for me as you know, like one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time. Then finally they got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, There's not a lot of people give a shit about that, but some
The
people
artists
do.
do, man. The artists do.
The
Dude,
artists do.
the thing is, the fans there were screaming like they
Yeah.
did for Rush.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well, the
Kiss.
fans, it means
And
a
Kiss.
lot to the fans of that music that's being recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third
Yeah,
metal band to
means a
get
lot.
in, dude. It's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So I mean,
I have a weird love-hate thing with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 'Cause
yeah,
I love
so
it,
do I.
but I have
So
an
do I.
issue with bands that are rock and roll getting in.
Yeah.
But whatever, it is what it is, man. And if you have a Hall of Fame career, you deserve to be in. And
I
Damn
think-
It Priest, they deserve to be in.
Yeah,
They
I think
definitely do.
Aerosmith got in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame.
What a
I mean, dude.
sacrilege that is.
I mean, Sabbath started metal, but Priest really made metal heavy metal. I mean, they
Yeah.
were the ones that perfected it. Like they made the look, the sound, and
Yeah.
you know, they definitely deserve to be in there. So
Who'd have knew? Who would have guessed that S&M bondage stuff would be the metal look?
Yeah.
I was really hoping that KK would have came up on that show I saw on Monday after they did the Hall of Fame in LA on Saturday. I was so disappointed KK didn't show up.
You know, and you always hear bands have a dual guitar, this and that, but is that Judas Priest dual guitar? No, it's not. This
Exactly.
is true dual guitar.
That twin guitar attack of a Priest is
Unmatched. It really
it's
is.
yeah, it's something to behold. And I'm a bigger fan of bands that have two guitars. If for no other reason, once you get into the guitar solo, for me, a band live always goes flat because you got the bass, you got the drums, and I don't care how good your rhythm section is, you've lost all of your crunch. But if you have another guitar player there that can lay down that heavy, crunchy rhythm while the one guy's solo and then it kicks into the other guy's solo, and you don't lose anything in the mix. I'm a big fan of the twin guitar attack, but Priest did it best, man. As far as I'm concerned, they invented and refined and defined the twin guitar attack.
I agree with you on that. But
Second
I agree.
best, in my opinion. I have to go with Adrian Smith and Dave Murray, but
Night
Oh,
Ranger
I
was
love
awesome.
Dave Murray,
Night Ranger
dude.
was awesome too.
But was there?
there's no wrong answer either way. So
Right.
But was there another dual guitar before Priest? They
Not
He
really.
said-
I don't think so.
Wishbone Ash.
Then Lizzie had a few, didn't they?
Okay.
Wishbone
Then
Ash.
Lizzie had-
Then Lizzie was like 75, right? There's Wishbone Ash was before them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We did a great review on that record. Great album.
I like Wishbone Ash too. My next one, my number 3, y'all have already talked about it. I've also got the T-shirt. I love this T-shirt because it's a badass album cover.
Yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, the color of his face, the like the electricals coming out of his arms. It's just awesome. And y'all talked about the songs already, but look how menacing they look back there. I
Oh
mean, that's
God.
some badass motherfuckers right there, for
Look
real.
like a bunch of dirtbags you don't want to piss off at the bar, man.
It looks like they get kicked out of school every day. You know?
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, y'all talked about the songs. I don't have to touch on them, but it's just this album. Even though I do like Highway to Hell better than this album, I do like Highway to Hell better. But this one is just full of energy from beginning to end. It never slows down. It never stops. It just has this undeniable energy on that album.
It's a great album.
It is a great album. That's my favorite AC/DC album.
Great album. Mine fluctuates between that one and a High Voltage. And High Voltage might be a sentimental favorite.
I love High Voltage
But
also.
start to finish, like that album, like Power Ridge. Just not a bad song.
Yeah. And
Those Bon Scott albums, there might not be a bad song on any of them.
Nope.
You know?
Nope.
Nope.
I personally think Highway is my favorite from them, but like I said, either one of them is fucking awesome. So.
Yeah, insert this one now. You know,
Right,
what's my
right.
mood?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the only idiot that didn't pick that one. Of course, I picked the London Choir Boys last week. So
Yeah, well, see.
that's a
That's
good
like-
fucking song. I don't care.
That was on our
It was a
podcast.
good song. I liked it. I
Thank
liked
you,
it. It was a
Andy.
good song. It was.
And then you picked Rush. Jerry, I don't even know if I want to beat you either.
You're gonna hate me later. So
Number 2. We're at number 2, guys.
I would imagine this would be everybody's number 1. For me, it's number 2, only because my number 1 is my all-time favorite album by this particular group. 1978, you cannot come up with a better powerhouse, kick you in the nuts, different guitar sound, nothing you'd ever heard before. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. The Van Halen debut, it's fucking amazing, man. All you have to do is hear Eruption and know I'm
We'll talk
listening
about
to
it together.
something different. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Is it everybody's number 2?
Might be.
I mean, look at the fucking. I mentioned this last time, but look at that fucking pictures, dude. That's some badass fucking rock and roll pictures.
Oh yeah, just great stuff. David Lee Roth was sexy as hell, as a front man. Not the greatest vocalist, but man, dude, he could deliver. And Eddie on guitars, Michael Anthony on bass, Alex drums, and Ice Cream Man. Oddly enough, is my favorite song on the record. But
Atomic Punk, man.
Yeah, Atomic Punk. Janie's crying. Fucking, it's such a killer fucking record.
Well, that takes care of 3 of us, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that was my number 2 also. So.
Jared, did you want to add anything to it?
I mean, it's a fucking. I mean, what can you say that I didn't say? I mean, it's a great fucking record. Pick the best song on that. It's right. You know what I mean? My favorite is "Feel Your Love Tonight," but there's not a fucking bad song on it. So I was contemplating which one, my number 1 that I haven't shown you, which I think maybe some of you guys will have too. But I kind of flipped back and forth on it. But great fucking record. Dude.
I'd be shocked if anyone has
fucking date. I mean, probably.
I really think probably. I don't know if Al will have my.
Whoa, better than Boston debut, really?
Well, maybe not.
Boston debu's awesome.
I mean, I'm just curious because this is a great debut record.
Van Halen kicks the Boston's debut album.
Now Nate mentioned that, I don't fucking know.
Van Halen, because
Boston's debut album is perfection, dude. I mean,
Boston was one guy.
Yeah, but
so what?
Van Halen every single Roth and Eddie.
This is what I say is the greatness of the Boston debut as compared to the Van Halen debut. The Van Halen debut is great. On FM radio today or classic rock radio today, you will hear 2 or 3 songs. You go to any FM classic rock radio station today, you will hear every single one of the Boston debut songs. They are all still in rotation today.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
That's why I say Boston is the greatest debut of all time.
My opinion, I pick Van Halen over Boston.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear a lot of that first album on the radio still, man. I mean,
even the second album.
Yeah,
it's a good album. It's a good album. I picked it my number 2, obviously. I love that record.
Yeah, of course. Mark,
like I said, I went back and forth with those 2.
Well, mine is kind of the same thing they just said, Van Halen.
I know, but did you want to add more to it?
I'm just saying those, dude. Who
He
just
doesn't even know where he is right now, Andy.
Who just fucking we're in fucking 70 fucking 8. Who else does ba-ba-da shooby wah ba-da-da ba-ba-da shooby dooby wah? It's like
Louis Prima in the 30s and 40s, whatever. I'm not impressed.
Jamming, and then all of a sudden there's a break, and then it's just Ice Cream Man. Nobody was doing that shit in 78. No. It's fucking amazing fucking album, but it's my number 2. It ain't my number 1. My number 1.
No, we're still on number 2. Calm down. Al's got to do his number 2.
I know he doesn't go out.
It's Lips Inc.
Yes.
Funky Town, that
one.
Nah,
man. Nah, Nate could leave the room and he can do earmuffs, whatever. But it's the greatest. It's Rush's Prague masterpiece, Hemispheres.
I'm so disappointed in you,
dude. That's my number 2. Dude, the musicianship's off the charts. You can't argue that. The greatest instrumental, La Villa Strangiato, is on there, in my opinion. And even they said after they did this album, it kind of killed them, and they couldn't go any further with that, with the prog progressive elements, and they kind of overreached actually with their abilities. But you wouldn't even tell by listening to the album because it's just a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. But there's one that beats this as my number one, and we'll get to that when we come around. But number two is Hemispheres, my second favorite Rush album.
Nice.
I'm
Like
so
I said, I will
disappointed in you for
never downplay Rush the musicians.
I know you don't like the
ever.
vocals, though. That's fine.
Yeah.
I understand. So,
But you like King Diamond. It makes no fucking sense to me. But whatever.
Seeing Merciful Fate in a few days. Oh.
Mark, there's a lot of mysteries in this world, man. You know,
There is. He likes King Diamond, and Geddy Lee's voice is more tolerable than King Diamond's high. So I don't understand.
He likes Lips Inc. I mean, what
Yes.
the fuck is going on here?
Yes.
He likes Milli Vanilli. So
Yes.
what's up? Yeah.
My number two. Nobody picked my number two. Love this guy. Neil Young, Come a Time
Of course you
from
do.
1978.
Of course you
This
love Neil
was
Young.
the first album
Of
to
course,
sound like
right,
Harvest that everybody was waiting for. He released about 4 or 5 albums between this sound, and in fact, he would do another Harvest sounding album not for another 14 years. So when they say Neil Young always sounds the same, he does not sound the same at all. But
No.
Comes a Time came out in 78. Going Back, Comes a Time, Lot of Love, Peace of Mind. There's a track on here with Crazy Horse. Side 2 has Human Highway, Already Won, Field of Opportunity. You know, this is a really good Neil Young album. The last song is a cover called Four Strong Winds. It was covered. The original is from Ian and Sylvia, a duo out of Canada. And of course, we all know Neil Young is from Canada. So he put them on this last track. I never knew that was a cover, and it was an album I fell in. It was one of the songs I fell in love with. And also, he played it live on the band's Last Waltz, but it's only available on the expanded edition of the Last Waltz. So that's my number two is Neil Young. All right, guys, we are down to number one. Who's number one? Nate, what's your number one album?
This is my favorite fucking album by this guy. I know a lot of people love his group stuff, but man, him becoming a raging alcoholic and having to go to the insane asylum was the greatest thing to happen to fucking rock and roll. Alice
I know
Cooper
it is.
from
Great
the
album.
fucking inside.
Great album.
This greatest Alice Cooper album of all time. Millie and Billy, For Veronica's Sake, Jackknife Johnny, How You Gonna See Me Now, one of the most heartbreaking ballads you'll ever hear in your life. We're All Crazy. I love this record. It is flawless, front to fucking back. I love when you take it out, you can open it up, and here you see all the inmates from the asylum, but you open it up, because back then they didn't have the Betty Ford Clinic. People don't understand that. They didn't have a rehab place. You got put up in the damn nut house.
Right.
You open it up and you see all the damn characters from the record.
All the people.
It's an absolutely amazing record, loosely based on some people he met in there. Millie and Billy has got to be the most twisted love song I've ever heard, about a man and a woman killing their spouses to be with each other and hacking up the body and putting them in trash bags and travel across the country and get rid of it. I love this fucking record. I can't sing its praises enough. Greatest Alice Cooper album ever.
Yeah, Chris Sinzak's going to give you the tongue at Rocket Pod for that one.
He gives me the tongue all the time, baby.
Ooh, crap. He didn't give me the tongue at the Rainbow. Fucker.
I need to revisit that album. I've got it, but I do need to revisit it because it's not one of my favorites by Cooper at all. But I need to see it from a different point of view. Even
It's
though
good.
I know all about the insane asylum and the different characters, it just doesn't grasp me that
Nurse
much.
Rosetta with the naughty priest that was raping nuns and he wants to rape his nurse. I mean, it's probably one of the most twisted things he ever put out.
Yeah, I just saw him live. He was amazing.
So, like, each song talks about different characters.
Yeah, different characters.
Yeah,
You've got From the Inside, which is him being in the asylum, of course.
right.
Wish I Were Born in Beverly Hills. It's talking about a California socialite, alcoholic woman. The Quiet Room. Dude got too crazy. He's put in the straight jacket, put into the padded room.
Padded room.
Nurse Rosetta, again, the priest wanting to bang the nurse. Millie and Billy, I just alluded to.
Yeah.
Sirius is about a guy going to the homicidal rage. How You Gonna See Me Now is obviously him coming out, having to reunite with his wife and such. For Veronica's Sake is about a guy that's got to get the hell out of the asylum because he's worried about his pet dog. Jackknife Johnny's about a Vietnam vet. Inmates Were All Crazy is just about the whole group.
About the whole story.
Yeah, it's just an amazing record. I wouldn't call it a concept album,
Okay.
but it fits together. It's a great record.
I got to give it another spin. Jerry, what's your number one?
You know, Nate mentioned that their debut was a perfect album. This one here is almost perfect. Don't Look Back.
Yep.
Fucking, I mean, the first two albums are just magical. With the exception of A Man I'll Never Be, this is a perfect album.
Ooh, agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Schultz said he was kind of rushed on this album. I'm like, are you kidding me? Sounds like he's been working on it for years, but that's just the way he works. And for Boston, it worked. So, I mean, Don't Look Back, the title song. Fucking, you hear that song every day on the radio.
Yeah, you
Feeling
do.
Satisfied, Party, fucking It's Easy. I mean, you hear all these songs on the radio still. I mean, just amazing fucking brilliant musician Tom Schultz is. And we praise Tom Schultz a lot, but Brad Delp is one of the best vocalists ever in the history of fucking rock and roll. So and again, a perfect marriage and brilliant fucking songwriting. I mean, I think he let Barry Goodrow do a few of the solos on this, I think, if I remember right. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah, it's a great one, man.
like I said, I was between this one and the Van Halen debut, but I fucking love Boston, dude. I mean, they're one of my favorite bands, and
That album gets overshadowed by the debut,
It
but you're
does.
right, man. It's so
it
great.
gets
that album.
it gets lost between Third Stage and the debut. Actually, come to think about it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, look at the fucking album cover, dude. The album covers are badass, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, they do put a lot of work into that.
Do you realize a spaceship's a guitar? It's not a spaceship.
Yeah.
I saw that on a meme. I've been looking at Boston album covers for my entire life, thinking they were
never caught it.
spaceships. And it never clicked until I saw it in a meme, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They're fucking guitars.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to see him with Brad live, man. It was a
Oh,
fucking
that's
great
awesome.
show.
I saw the
Well, I've seen with Tommy DiCarlo a few times. They still sound great. I mean, the band he puts up there is great. But man, fucking Brad Delp, dude.
Yeah, Brad. I saw
What a fucking loss, dude.
I saw them live. in the 90s
RTZ
with
was
Brad
awesome
as well.
too.
You saw them as well, Al? You said?
Yeah, I saw him with Brad as well. Yeah.
On Third Stage. And Night Ranger opened up for him actually on that one. I was a senior in high school, I think.
I didn't see them until like the 90s. It was like probably like 96 or 97.
Is that when they had Michael Sweet with them?
No, Michael
No,
Sweet
that
was in
was-
the
That was
2000s.
later.
Yeah, that
Michael-
was
When Michael Sweet was with them, Brad Delp was already gone.
yes.
So, you know.
I thought he was still with them doing the high notes with
No.
Brad there. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, Brad
Okay.
was gone. I
Okay.
saw him with Michael Sweet when they were doing the Station Fire tribute that Dee Snider put together on TV. I didn't get to go, but
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a fucking, I mean, a great fucking, there's the first three Lawson albums, man, are legendary, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, fucking,
I agree.
I was, like I said, I was hard pressed with that one or Van Halen's debut, but man, I think I might like that one a tad bit better.
Well, good one. Mark, what's your number one?
No surprise there.
Yeah, I was disappointed in Al.
Dude, I got it. I'll get when I talk about my number one. I'll get to it. Go ahead, Doc.
You know, you got the trees, you got circumstances, you got Sidness, X1, Book 2. This fucking album rules. Fucking great fucking record, man. Look at the album cover. Does anybody make album covers like Rush anymore? It's like Hugh Sign, man. Fucking great fucking band. Great album. I fucking love it. That's my number one.
Now, what's your number one?
The Van Halen debut, man. The greatest debut of all time, in my opinion, is the Van Halen debut.
It's a good
what
argument.
It's what got me into playing guitar. My older brother had it on cassette. I was fucking blown away when I first heard it, and it still blows my mind to this day. I could put that on, and nothing ever beats it for me, man. Not the Boston one, not the Cars, nobody, dude. To me, that's the greatest debut of all time. Not GNR Appetite, none of that shit.
Oh, Charles is gonna be pissed, man.
I don't care, dude. You know?
Tesla.
Actually, when I heard Van
like,
Halen,
oh,
when I
sure.
heard Van Halen, it made me want to put the guitar down. Actually, because there's no fucking way I can do that.
Yeah, that's out of my league. Ace Frehley understood. Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've talked about this before. Eddie's one of my holy trinity of guitar players. It's him,
Yeah. Oh,
Randy Rhoads, and Alex Lifeson. Those are the
No
three.
Vito?
I love Vito, dude. Don't
Hey,
get me
I
wrong.
love Vito too, Nate.
But and Vito, dude, he's one of the guys I would love to see come back, man.
Oh,
You
God,
know.
me too.
And but I mean, Eddie's gone now, but I mean, the legacy he left behind will never be unmatched. So the Van Halen debut, perfect for me, man. Atomic Punk, man. That might be
That's my favorite
that
song off the album. I love that song.
Yeah. So
I could never argue that with you. Van Halen debut is such a great record. Game changing. Absolutely game changing.
Yeah, like it brought in the Britney Foxes of the world.
Well, hey, thanks, Van Halen.
Oh, fuck
No.
Britney Fox. Cinderella wannabes.
Brittany Foxes of the world.
Cinderella
Dude, you ever hear that
wannabes.
solo for "Long Way to Love"? I don't know who the guitar player is.
Whatever, Jerry. We talked about
That
this.
fucking
before.
song, that guitar solo rules.
Enjoy it. Enjoy, man. Enjoy.
It's like 3 minutes long. It's fucking
Enjoy.
great. Fucking
Great. I love when Charles comes into my show. He requests that song a lot.
Oh, God.
My
Which one,
number
Mo?
one is going to be the debut album by Van Halen,
Nice.
and the reason for that, Van Halen has always been one of my favorite bands, and of course, this came out when I was 4 years old. 1984 was the first album I heard by them. Of course, I was 10 or 11.
Yeah.
MTV was all over the place about the cassette and all that. And then I worked my way back, and oh my God, when I heard this the first time, no wonder they're so great. It's a great album, and I do want to say that there's more than just 3 songs off of this on the radio. You can hear "You Really Got Me," "Jamie's Crying," "Running with the Devil," "Ain't Talking About Love."
Okay, yeah.
Ice Cream Man.
"Eruption."
Ice Cream
There's
Man.
quite a bit that's on the radio. "Ice Cream Man."
I
But,
never hear Ice Cream Man on the radio. That'd be awesome if I did. On
Well,
FM radio. I don't listen to terrestrial radio a lot, though.
But Atomic Punk, that song really sticks out. It really does compared to all the other songs. So my number one is going to be Van Halen's debut album. So let's do just a little review. We've talked everything from Spyro Gyro to Peter Criss to Foreigner to Ace Frehley to Rush to Journey to Neil Young, AC/DC. Who else? We talked about Journey, Cheap Trick, the Rolling Stones, Ramones, Police, all these great bands we talked about on this episode. So that's great. Who's got some honorable mentions? I do have 5 honorable mentions.
I do too.
All right.
I do
Jerry,
too, but
you
they're
have-
all live records.
Oh, well, well, let's go ahead, Bushy. Talk about your 5 live albums.
I'm going to do these in reverse order because of the albums that came out in 1978. This motherfucker is my
Yes!
favorite. This
I want
is
to
my
pick that.
favorite.
We got to pick live albums.
Oh, Rock and Roll Weekend, Make It Last, Reckless, Turn Up the Music. I've done everything for you. I know he thinks that what's his face? Who the hell covered it for him?
Springfield.
Yes.
Rick Springfield.
Yeah, Rick Springfield. I know he thinks that Rick did it better. He's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Young Girl Blues, Bad Motor Scooter captures all the energy of 70s solo Sammy Hagar. I'm a huge Sammy fan. I don't hate Sammy Van Halen. I like 2 albums. I dislike 2 albums. That's the way I talk
You
about
love
Van Hagar.
OU812.
I like OU812 and I like Carnal Knowledge. I hate 5150 and I hate Balance. But this, man, what a great record. I wish that HSAS would have come out in 78 because that would have made my list.
I love that album. I have it on vinyl.
So do I. Or do I have to do all 5?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do all 5.
Double Live Gonzo.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Great one.
Ah,
One of my
See, we were-
favorites.
if Andy-
Live Bootleg.
Oh yeah.
Great
see,
one.
that would have been on my list, Andy. All these ones he's picking.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
mine
you
too,
said no
but-
live albums, man.
But this is a comp album. It's not a live album.
I'm
Double
not-
platinum.
Well, platinum.
I love the version of Strutter on this Strutter 78. I love the disco beat to it, and I also love you don't have the long drawn out ending to Black Diamond that
Right.
works only live on stage. And then my little cheesy pick. I grew up with musicals, man, and that's a great fucking soundtrack, dude.
It is.
Yeah, so those are my 5
From
honorable
beginning to
mentions.
end. Hopelessly Devoted to You is one of my favorite songs.
What a beautiful, beautiful song. And I think, as dudes, we sometimes think we can't say that's a pretty song.
I
But
say it
no,
all the time, man.
Hopelessly Devoted to You, that's a pretty song. And that's why I like a lot of old country, because you get some pretty
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah,
Shit,
you get
dude.
some really good deep
That's a
deep
great
lyrics
song,
on life.
man.
Yeah.
I like. Have you heard Rival Sons version of that live?
For what?
Pretty good.
But I do want to prove something for Al. I was talking about this last week on Mark and Jerry BS. I do have it. I wasn't bullshitting you.
No, that's
I do play it when I'm cleaning the house.
Live
Yeah.
and Dangerous rules.
What do you got, Jerry?
I didn't pull them out. I'm just going to name them. I
Yeah,
have
of course.
Stained Class by Priest, Sleeper Catcher by the Little River Band. I love that band. Heaven Tonight, Cheap Trick, Some Girls by the Stones, and fucking Grease, dude. Great.
Hell
sound-
yeah.
One of the best soundtracks ever.
Jerry, you're my brother fucker, man.
The chicks will cream, man, for that Grease Lightning, dude.
She's so green.
We'll be getting lots of tit and grease like dude. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I love that shit.
Fuck, I love him in Taxi.
Hey, we could do a show. We could be the T-Birds, man.
The
All dressed up as the T-Birds.
with a white T-shirt and a leather jacket.
I
don't have a leather
I can add
jacket.
white
I ain't finding
t-shirt,
that
I'm
shit.
just saying. I don't have the hair for it anymore, but I could try.
You got the skullet.
I'll put some gel in a couple of strands, you know.
So Mark,
Yeah, that is one of the best soundtracks
Well,
ever.
well,
And
my
fucking-
number 5.
And fucking, rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John, man. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
beautiful soul, beautiful voice.
Beautiful
One of
woman.
my first crushes, her and Linda Carter.
Yes.
Now, I like the music. I like the music off Xanadu, but I couldn't stand the fucking movie. That movie just pissed me off.
Okay, her and Linda Carter and then She-Ra.
She-Ra.
Cartoon, fucking. She
You
was hot.
totally overlooked Heather Thomas from The Fall Guy.
Oh, yeah, of
Out there
course.
from
I have
Jay
the
Hooker.
fucking box set of the Fall Guy, dude. Heather Thomas rules. Heather Locklear from Dynasty. God dang, I watch all this shit for the blondes, man.
I feel you. Heather Thomas and Heather Locklear are what ruined me for life.
They're still hot. And what's that dude? What's that girl from Baywatch? She was hot too.
Oh, Pamela Anderson?
No, the other one.
Oh, no. Pamela Anderson is a scrumdiddlyumptious part.
What's the other one?
yes,
Donna the Erica.
No, the girl from fucking the
Donna
Scott
Derrick?
Baio show.
Nicole Eggert.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nicole
Nicole
Eggert
Eggert,
was hot.
Oh, she looked too young. But by the time I was watching, I mean, come on, you're older than me. Nicole Eggert looked too young. I was like, no, I saw her as something where she was a little girl. I can't look at her
Charles
that
in
way.
Charge.
Yes,
Charles in
Charles in Charge.
Well,
with
like,
Lily
you know-
Ames in that.
So you don't look at Taylor Momsen from the Pretty Reckless because
I have a hard time. I can't watch fucking The Grinch anymore. I'm looking at this like, no, I've seen you naked. I cannot watch this anymore.
I know you feel like a pedophile watching the Grinch, right?
I felt bad watching the Britney Spears video in a little schoolgirl Catholic outfit. I'm like, should I even be looking at this thing right now? Sucks getting old.
Yeah.
Poor Al's like, what the hell am I involved with here?
You want my number, my 5 also?
Yeah, Mark.
I got Ted Nugent, Weekend Warriors, the Rolling
good one.
Stones, Some Girls, the Who Are You, Blondie, Parallel Lines, and Judas Priest, Stained Class.
Nice.
Hmm.
I think these are all great lists, guys. By the way.
Yeah, but if you let me put live albums in there, shit.
Well,
Minus
there's
the
no
Rush
chance
stuff
for
for
live
Dave, but-
albums.
Shit, I would have had a double live Gonzo before Weekend Warriors. Just saying.
Oh, of course.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, duh.
Of course you would. Al, you got a 5 with you?
Yeah, Devo, Are We Not Men?
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Gonna go with Mahogany Rush Live. Greatest version of Johnny Be Good ever, in my opinion. If you never heard,
disagree. I
if
don't
you never-
disagree.
if you never heard that, what's the best Johnny Be Good then?
No, I said I don't disagree.
Oh, okay. If you
I'm
never
with
heard
you.
that, anybody that's listening that's never heard that, fucking pull that up.
The worst version of Johnny Be Good was Judas Priest, man.
Yes. That was a
Oh,
horrible movie with Robert Downey Jr. and fucking Anthony Michael Hall.
oh,
Horrible fucking movie.
I went to the movies for that.
Sorry,
UFO,
Al. I had to put that in there. Sorry.
UFO Obsession. I mean, Michael Schenker
album.
rules.
Yeah.
That's a great album. Only You Can Rock Me. It's beginning down. It's such a great tune. Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes.
I almost
Uh,
I would have
Uli
put that on there.
Uli John Roth rules on Airman, and I'm gonna go with Toto's debut as well. Toto's debut album, man.
Great
I think
album
that's
too.
I think that's an awesome album, and
Another band I've got a deep dive. All I know is
Steve-
4.
Steve Lukather, man, he's like that dude should be in the conversation as of great guitar players. I mean, he was a session guy too, so that's probably why he doesn't get name checked as much. But
Just-
that fucking dude could play.
You
You
just
know.
listen to Thriller by Michael Jackson. That's all Toto on there, except for the solo by Eddie Van Halen.
Pretty
I hate
much,
it.
man. I mean,
Yeah, it's Toto.
the album is like a lost Toto album, really. The
It
whole
is.
album.
The only
So-
thing he doesn't play on is the solo for Beat It.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Thriller is one of my favorite records.
Toto
of all
is the
time, too.
backing band for Thriller.
Didn't know that.
Wow.
Calm
Except
down,
for-
Mark. Calm down.
I'm just letting
I
you know.
do.
You're in the same place. We're all friends.
I
do
know.
wanna
I
throw-
love you guys.
We're just talking about music, man.
I know. Man. Calm down.
I
I'm
do
gonna
wanna
take a
throw-
hit now.
I do want to throw in Queen's Jazz as well because my
Oh, yeah,
daughter
good
loves.
one.
My
Yeah.
daughter loves the song "Don't Stop Me Now." That's like one of her favorite Queen songs.
What a great
Um,
tune.
And a shout out. We talk about live albums too. Zappa in New York is great. Jethro Tull Bursting Out is great. You just showed it. Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous is great.
Oh, great album.
I
and,
love that record. I've just never listened to it.
Yeah.
If you like Thin Lizzy, listen to Black Star Riders.
I got to listen to Thin Lizzy first. Calm down. One band at a time.
I'm just saying, Black Star Riders is really in your wheelhouse, Nate. Seriously.
I'll have to check them out.
Well, I
Yeah.
could give them all. I could give you all 4 albums.
Cool.
They're
Do
good,
it
but
after the show.
they're good, but stick with Thin Lizzy for now, Nate.
Yeah, I'm gonna deep dive Thin Lizzy because Live and Dangerous, like I say, I make sure I come back to the turntable to flip it over. It's not like I'm like, okay, that's over, and I just go about my business. I come back because I enjoy that album. I only know a couple songs because of the big hits, but I know everything I hear on there. I'm like, man, these fucking guys are good. They're fun. They're entertaining. I can't wait to deep dive them. Like I said, my co-host Metal Mike hooked me up, so I'll be deep diving them real soon.
I need to
Cool,
get
man.
him to hook me up because I don't have all the Thin Lizzy. I love them all. But the thing is, with Thin Lizzy, if you like Whiskey in a Jar by Metallica, Metallica did their version from Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the Thin Lizzy version. That's one that I'm going to give to Metallica.
Andy, what do you got, man?
Yeah, I might have a little bit more than 5, but I'm going to start off with his debut album by Nick Lowe, Pure Pop for Now People. I'm a big Nick Lowe fan. I think he's a really good writer, and he produced a lot of albums by Elvis Costello back in the late 70s.
Nice.
And my next one, I knew y'all were going to mention this, so I kind of held on to it. But Rush Hemispheres,
Yeah.
of course, has to be mentioned. It has
Look
to
at that
be.
album. That's an
It's really good.
What is that? An alternate album cover?
No, it's torn.
I think his dog ate it.
No,
I have an REO Speedwagon High Infidelity that my dog ate the corner off of.
really.
So yeah.
This one was not mentioned, but this band started off in '64, and they were fantastic. And then they kind of changed their sound as they got older. In '78, the Kinks came out
Oh, the
with
Kinks,
Misfit.
man.
Well, that's a great
And
album.
this is a really good arena rock album by the Kinks.
I love the
The
Kings.
title track on that album rules, man.
Yeah, and the Who with Who Are You? I
I
got
got
to
that.
this one a little bit later because, the title track was just okay, but the album is really good.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Elvis Costello this year. This year he came out with this year's model.
That's a good album.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This was the debut album. Well, no, the second album, but the debut of the Attractions, and you can really tell the difference. Dixie Dregs with What If. This
Oh,
is
wow.
a really good album. This is fantastic, especially with the musicianship
Nate should like that. Southern
of
Rock.
Steve Morse and Rod Morgensen,
Great
who will
album.
join Winger. And lately, I've been getting to a little bit of R&B, and it's really helped with the different groups that I'm in Facebook. But the Commodores with Natural High.
It's a
Well,
good
come
album.
on, Commodores.
Rock, man.
This
I love
does
the
have
Commodores.
three Times a Lady, which is a really good ballad. I've got another album just of their ballads, but man, when they throw in the funk in between a ballad or two,
But when you
It's
say
really good.
once, 3 times a lady, I always think of fucking Eddie Murphy go once, times, 3 times a lady. What we sings. What we sings, man.
I love
And-
Saturday Night Live back then. It was funny
Yeah.
then.
It's awesome.
And I just want to mention this one because I'm a big Frank Zappa fan. But this album was supposed to be the quadruple album that he wanted to release, but the studio albums said no, so he had to release them separately. Al already mentioned Live in New York, but I'm going to talk about Studio 10
Yeah.
by Frank Zappa.
Yep.
This album has 3 songs. Gregory Peccary takes up all of side 1, and then a couple of tracks on
Nate
side
won't
2.
like that. He don't like long songs, man. Anything over 6 minutes, he's out.
No, but those are my honorable mentions. I want to tell everybody thank you so much for joining me tonight on this. 1978 was a good year. We just proved with all this great music that came out that year. So what do you got going on in the future, Nate? On the podcast.
In the future, fucking nothing. No, first off, I want to say rest in peace, D.H. Peligro. You see, I got my Dead Kennedy shirt on tonight. I've also got, all my Dead Kennedys vinyl here because I wanted to say I'm a huge fan of Dead Kennedys. I think they're the greatest American punk band. I know everybody's a Ramones fan. I'm a big Dead Kennedys
No,
fan.
that
South
So,
Kennedy's great
Tendencies.
too, man.
so rest in peace, D.H. Peligro.
Yeah.
We haven't been recording the last couple of weeks. Metal Mike has been on a concert-going rampage, man.
I
He's
love that
seeing
guy.
everybody right now. We're not going to record next week because I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia for Merciful Fate fucking Creator.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see that show. King Diamond's a bucket list guy for me. I'm not seeing Diamond, but I'm seeing Fate. Are you kidding me? I didn't think I would ever be able to see Merciful Fate. I am on the radio, thatmetalstation.com, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I typically stay in the glam genre, but I play some thrash. I play some new metal. I play some NEW metal, some of the newer stuff. And every once in a while, I get in a real goofy mood and you hear pop, you hear country. You never know what you're going to hear on the Big Bushy Power Hour. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Barring that, the Plug Podcast, music and more with Bushy and Metal Mike, Podbean, iTunes, wherever you catch your podcasts.
Oh, great. Yeah, I caught your show this past Saturday. It was great. I really enjoyed it. It was
Man, I'm glad to hear that. I really appreciate that. You had sent me a message. You're like, hey, I'm not in the chat. And it's like, man, Saturday morning, people are running around doing their errands. I can see the listeners in my feed. So it's all good. I know people are out there listening. That's why I make sure to thank you guys out there tuning in.
because I was driving around and I just went ahead, plugged it in, and put it through my speakers. It was great. It was wonderful. Jerry, what do you got going on?
Not just the Mark and Jerry BS sessions, man. You guys have been fucking making the show even better, man. Thank you so much for being on it, man. It's a blast. like to thank my brother Mark for getting this shit started, man. I'm having a great time. And Andy, thank you, man, for letting me come on every week. I enjoy doing the football show with you on Tuesday. I love having all you guys on as a guest on that show. So looking forward to
Send me a
tomorrow.
link to the football show. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
Unless there's a lot of Cowboys bashing, in which case.
No, we're very fair. We don't really bash anybody. I mean, you know,
I would.
they're one of the best teams in the league. You can't argue that.
Yeah.
I hate them, but they're one of the best teams in the league.
Well, I love your linebacker.
But you know, tomorrow we're doing are we doing 11 or 16 on the videos, Mark? I can't remember.
We're doing 16, right?
Oh shit! I gotta watch a
Oh
lot.
no,
of
no, we're doing 11.
Okay, good. I gotta watch a lot of
Top
videos tonight.
Top 11 metal videos.
I think
Yeah,
Al and
you're gonna
Andy
be in
gonna be
that.
there. Nate, are you gonna be there or no?
Yeah, Al's in there.
What about
Yeah.
Nate? You gonna be there?
Nate isn't in there.
I'm not. I mean, I could be. I'd have to do a lot of thinking between now and then.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
let us know
Charles-
tomorrow because we're doing a top 11 metal videos of all time.
But metal,
Charles Trainer should
Metal
be looking
videos.
define metal.
Van Halen to fucking Motorhead, fucking Metallica, stuff like that.
Judas Priest, Hot
Judas
Rocket.
Priest.
Like Faith
Prince
No
from the
More.
Johnny B.
Whatever.
Gold.
You could do Faith No More if it's in the metal genre. Do it.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll come on. I don't have to work Friday. Let's do it.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll put you on there, man. But
Yeah, let me thank all you guys again, man. Fucking A, dude. You guys make the show even better. So
It's fun. It's really fun doing your show. Al, you got any shows coming on?
Mark, let's get Mark.
forgot me.
Oh no. I thought I talked to. I'm sorry.
He's
go
got
ahead.
more than me. He's got
We
more.
were talking to him.
Yeah.
I was just saying, check out the Freeform Rock podcast. Me and Lee do some pretty trippy albums. We do some pretty mainstream albums. And it's funny when we do a mainstream album that Lee don't like. It's hilarious.
So,
Yeah, I admit, man, you guys play some out of the world stuff, man.
Dude,
I
that
don't play
Spooky
that
Tooth
much.
album we did this week, I was like going, what the fuck is this? I was going, me and Charles went off on Lee on it. It's funny as fuck.
I fell in love with Lee when he did Hot Poop. So I love the guy ever
oh,
since.
so is that
That's
Friday?
the thing that Bushy gave me fucking Bleak 182 for, which I liked half the album, which sucked. Fucker.
Which album was it?
It wasn't Blake 182. It was Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
Limp Bizkit
Whoa,
still sucks.
Still sucks.
Okay.
I was
Great,
like,
great
fuck,
band. Calm down.
fuck.
Hey,
But also I got my my That Metal Station radio show on Tuesday nights. Jerry gets in there. Jerry's been giving me a block. Matthew
I'm giving
Warner
him some
always
Ghost.
gives me a
I'm the
block.
only person. I'm the only time he'll play Ghost is when I request it. So
That's right. I got Ghost for you motherfuckers who like Ghost.
I'll have
I don't
another
like
one.
it, but
I'll
I'm a
have another
whore.
one
I'll
next
play
week for
anything
you.
you want. I'll
I'll have
find
another
it.
one next week.
You know.
hey, Mark. So, what album are y'all gonna do Friday on that Freeform?
Oh, Friday. Well, we're recording it different.
Okay. Which album are y'all gonna be
hold on.
recording?
What's coming? Oh, we're recording. Fuck. What was it? I got my notes here.
You
We're
can't even
recording it,
see
but
us,
it doesn't come out for 5 weeks later because we're 5 weeks
Okay.
ahead. It's called Beggar's Opera, Waters of Change. It's a Lee pick. But this week we have I think it's another Lee pick, which I'm like, fucking dude.
Yeah, like what's being released on Friday? Or
I'll
this
tell you
week?
right now. Well, go ahead and hold on one second. My phone is fucking up. I'm trying to get to my shit. There we go. There it is, Google. Yeah, I got my Freeform Rock podcast here.
Okay.
I could see the episodes. Log in. I had it in my head the other day.
Wow.
Dude, I
Wow.
drank a beer and 2 whiskeys. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break.
Andy, while he's fumbling through his phone, I want to
I got
say
it right
thank
here,
you
man.
for inviting me on. I've really enjoyed this tonight, man. I just
Cool.
met Al and Andy. For all you guys watching, I just met Al and Andy last Thursday night on Mark and Jerry BS. Had a great time with these guys, and they were nice enough to invite me on here. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
I love listening to all the difference in music opinions because I'm kind of in a box. And then I'm weird on other stuff. You know, like my genre is 80s pop, 80s glam metal.
Yeah.
You know, 90s
Yeah.
country I like a lot. I turned to 90s country because I hate Nirvana. When Nirvana came out, I just turned my back on rock and roll. I was one of those get off my lawn guys. This is not fun anymore. I'm out. Country was fun. I mean, Hank Jr. was singing it to you. Come on over to the country, and I did. But I've had a really good time. I appreciate it.
Oh, great.
So what the episode's coming out on Friday is a band named self-titled album called Burning Red Ivanhoe.
Burning Red Ivanhoe. That sounds like a lead pick.
It was, but if you want to know what I think about it, you need to listen to the show. That's
Will
it.
do. Al, what do you got going on? Yeah.
Well, I was gonna go see Lindsey Buckingham on Saturday, but his concert got canceled due to illness in band.
Really? Okay.
Lindsay.
I might go see Dokken on Friday.
Nice.
Sorry.
Then next week's gonna be concert week. It's gonna be Merciful Fate on Monday.
Yes.
In Philadelphia. Wednesday I might go see Ace Frehley. And then Thursday is going to be Wasp and Armored Saint.
Nice.
So,
That was a
that's
great
awesome.
show.
I need to get the hell out of the sticks, man. I'm telling you. Damn,
Dude,
all these
Wasp
great
and Armored
shows,
Saint going to
man.
be in Charlotte, but it's like I'm going to Atlanta next week for Fate and Creator.
Yeah.
Then you got Christmas coming up, and I think Wasp and Armored Saint are going to be in Charlotte,
You need to go.
North Carolina, on like the 21st of December.
Amazing.
Man, I got a child. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't justify spending
gotta
money
pick and
for
choose.
me when I
You
have
gotta pick and
Christmas and
choose
such.
what you're gonna go see.
But you know what I'm seeing on Saturday? You know what I'm seeing on Saturday in Vegas?
What, Siegfried and Roy?
Donny Osmond.
No way, dude.
I'm seeing Donny Osmond.
Why?
That's cool, dude.
My wife loves him. So I'm going with her.
I hope
Yeah.
you get laid out of all this crap you have to go see.
Oh, I get laid all the time.
Happy wife, happy life, man.
That's
Yeah.
true story. That's why I'm
Hey.
single. I couldn't do it.
Her favorite band is Rush, so I could go see Donny Osmond.
Man, I used to like Diane too.
Hey
On
man,
that
we're gonna be
note-
gambling. See Donny Wasp, get some sex. Everything. We're good.
So tomorrow I will be on the BS sessions with Mark and Jerry, going through heavy metal and hard rock videos. That's going to be a good time. And next week on the Black Spinner Music Podcast, next Wednesday, we are going to have a vinyl battle. The vinyl battle, this kind of came from Mark. This idea came from Mark. We're
Okay.
going to have Asia's debut album against Yes 90125. And see
It's a
which
good
one
one.
does it better.
You
Count me in on that
Asia
one. That's an
poster?
easy one.
I'll be in on that one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Asia wins. Show's
Oh
over.
no.
Whatever.
No.
So there are 9 tracks on each album. I looked at it this morning, and the Asia album came out in 82. The Yes album came out in 83. So they're still very close to compare.
Now
Yes.
they're both great albums, but one of them is just a little bit out better.
I know which one you know, Jerry. So I'm with you.
You're gonna go track by track on it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, track by track. That's nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go track by track and see who wins in that
That
battle.
always puts a different perspective on it, man.
Yeah.
What you think might be the better album, sometimes the other album wins, man. When you
Yeah,
go track
going
by
song
track.
against song, change
Well,
things up.
I think there might be a couple songs. Some album will beat a couple songs. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I'm
makes it
trying
fun.
to think of them now, and right now it's a clean sweep. I have to listen to the Asia one again. Let's be sure.
Go watch
Clean
the-
sweep,
go-
really?
Yeah.
Go watch the 40-year-old.
I love that album. I love Trevor Rabin, dude. He's one of my favorite guitar players. So.
Go watch the 40-year-old virgin.
Trevor Rabin fucking is that is yes, in my opinion, dude.
Every time I hear stuff like this, I'm like, am I on the right freaking show?
Trevor Rabin rules. Have you
Dude,
ever heard
man,
his
fucking-
soundtracks like Gone and he was on
Fucking
the
John Anderson, fucking
Jerry
Bill Bruford,
Bruckheimer
fuck
movie.
yeah.
I like John Anderson. That album, Seminole Wind,
Chris
man, that was
fucking
good shit.
Squire, dude.
That's a country guy, dude.
Oh, my bad.
You're
My bad.
Jon, not J-O.
And the best fucking keyboard player Yes ever had is Tony K.
Tony K. Yeah,
Fucking that whole lineup was just on fire, man.
but
So we'll
I'm
talk
just
about this next Wednesday.
yeah.
On the
Okay.
Black Music Podcast.
We're already battling.
Yeah, we're already going at it. So I will put out a fill out there and see who wants to join us,
Just
and
start,
we'll go ahead and do that.
just start the
Thank you
show
so
now.
much.
Yeah, really. Also, just do it right now. Yeah.
We need to get Kate on this. I would like to hear Kate's opinion on this.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Kate, but she's been kind of busy with school right now.
Oh,
So
I know.
I actually won one of her auctions, and I never win any of her auctions, but I actually won one. I won Dark Side of the Moon.
Which one did you win?
The Dark Side of the Moon. My daughter always wanted that album, so I'm gonna put it as a Christmas present for her. So I already got her 3 copies of it.
Great record.
Great record.
So thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I learned, as y'all know, I write down everybody's pick so I can go ahead and listen to stuff I've never heard or go back again, because I really value everything y'all say on
Thank
here.
you.
So good night, everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, we're all going to be on there tomorrow. Nate, get your top 11 metal videos ready.
Yeah, that's easy. Headbangers Ball was my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It was, man.
I know there's going to be a Twisted Sister on there. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Good night, and thank you everybody for watching. We really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the comments y'all put on there.
Good
All
night.
right,
yeah.
guys. I will talk to y'all later.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you
Take
so
care.
much again, Andy. I appreciate the invite.
Oh yeah, thank you for saying yes. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
You guys be good.
people.
Take care.
Good night, everyone.